And Jam TV, we're live again. Show 23, maybe?
It's my time and I'm coming out to play. Get on that beat, I wanna misbehave. Yeah, go, look at me, go, make me wanna fly all the time. I'm shining now, makes no difference if the world...
Hey, Jam TV viewers, how are you? Nice to see you. I think it's show 23. How is 23 a special show? Like 20 was our 20th show, and then we had 21, our coming of age show, and 22, our second double-digit show, and 23... I don't even know. 23. I got to think of a good thing for 23. But we've got a lot of good things coming on the show, not the least of which is Bill Noman. Hey, Bill.
Oh. Then I'd hate to see what the least of which is then.
Exactly. No, so 23, like they're consecutive, like 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. I don't know. I got to think of a catchphrase for 23.
23.
We'll work
is it
on
23?
It. Yeah.
It's not 24, right? It's not. I know it's not 22. It's not 24. Is it? Was last week 23?
Was it? Is it 24? Oh no! Wait a minute. It's 24.
There you go.
Wow. All right, we're starting again. Take two. Welcome to show 24, which is a quarter of the way to 96, which is divisible by 12. There you go.
And 24 happens to be one of my lucky numbers. That's like a number. I've actually lived at so many places that had 24 in the number. Either in the zip code, in the actual address. 124 West 80th at 10024 zip code. 24 wow, Bryan Road for 25 years.
Wow. No, I have weird ones like 13 Succabone Road. I grew up on 13 Succabone Road.
That sounds like one of those things you do online where what's your porn name? Like you take the name of your street, the name of your dog, so
it's your
Succabone or something like that.
Yeah, it's your drag queen name, is your middle name, and the street you grew up on. So it's Joe Succabone. No, wait, it's something else. No, that's your soap opera name. That's it, Joe Succabone.
I think that's your porn name. If Succabone's in it, honestly, I think it's your porn name.
Succabone is clearly Taffy Succabone, my mother's first pet, and Succabone. Yeah, there you go.
Whoa.
Oh my God! And it's Indian. It's not Succabone. It's Succabone. Succabone. It's like Italian Indians,
All right. Well, in the early John Ford movies, most of the Indians were Italians.
There it is. So you were saying you were in New York. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I was in New York helping move my daughter out of her apartment on in the Murray Hill area, 30s on the east side, and she hadn't been there in 3 months except for once to pick up some clothes, and she was paying rent, and luckily one of her roommates' dads is a lawyer, so I think that factored in talking to the landlord, because frankly they were under no obligation to give them any sort of a break, and what they did was they let them escape their lease by paying like 3 months rent, and they let them out of the thing. And it's a difference between $3,000 and $10,000, so right. It was a good deal, and the fact that she's working from home, and the fact that she doesn't go there, and the fact it's like none of it computes. But as I was saying to you a little bit earlier, it wasn't a completely apocalyptic kind. I expected it to be like something out of Escape from New York or something. Like where it was, there were a lot of people wearing masks. Oddly, and I don't quite get. I'm a mask guy, but I don't quite get this one. You have to jog with a mask on. Like you're on the East Side Highway, which you might want to wear a mask anyway if you're jogging on the East Side Highway. But still, I'm not sure I quite get that. Well,
you're huffing and puffing, I guess. So you're at least when I am. Right?
You're outside and
bloom of filth, wreck, around you,
Right. But other than that, when you were, there's traffic jams, there's, the FDR is crowded, and
right.
And for that matter, so is I-95. Like the the fun period of like, where's everybody is over, like
Right. No, for now, they're gonna believe me. In a couple months, we're all gonna be locked down. They're gonna like Anthony Fauci's gonna be like, "Hi, I'm back. How you doing? You're all locked up now. Sorry."
Yes, we could be locked up or locked down. We're not sure which.
Exactly. No, that's coming. Everybody's getting ready for school, and all my students are so excited to go back to school. They're like, "So we're gonna see you in school?" They're like, "Nope, music is online, academics is online." They're making it up as they go along right now, I think.
And they just delayed, I think they just delayed New York schools again, it's crazy. This is the craziest thing, really, we've almost ever seen.
We talk about the craziness, right? And then my mother, I grew up partly in Austria. My mother was Austrian, and I got to hear my family in Austria talk about the crazy that they went through. Not just 1929, which we had here. I got to listen to depression stories and all that, but then World War II, where 50 million people were killed. Like we're like, oh, COVID-19, it's just such a disruption. We've been pretty lucky in our lifetimes, I would say.
But the funny, the oddball thing about this pandemic is that during the Civil War, when they're fighting in Gettysburg.
What was that last film?
There are still classical music concerts in Boston and probably in Richmond. When in World War II, when they're landing on D-Day, the Stork Club is still open in New York. It's funny. This is different than that. It's certainly more grave. It's not more grave, but it's more affecting.
Absolutely. This definitely touches everywhere. My mother used to tell me, I said, was there fighting? Did you see fighting in Austria? And she was like, no, there was no fighting. We would see bombers going over at like altitude. And she was like, I was a little girl looking up at the shiny American bombers going over to bomb factories or whatever. And she was like, oh, they're pretty. And I want to fly. I want to be an airline hostess someday. And she became an airline hostess. So we think that the wars were these overwhelming things, and we've been at war for the last 20 years in the Middle East, and we haven't seen any of that. But COVID does touch all of us, and it's
weird in that way. It's unusual because honestly, if peripheral cultural events were happening during the Civil War, when half the country is literally fighting to kill the other half of the country,
right?
That's that's a pretty big barometer of bad, but yet still there were things that went on that don't go on now, that can't go on now.
I don't know. I look at the TV and I see half the country trying to fight and kill the other half of the country.
Well, it's true, but not quite as literally true.
Just on Facebook. Now we do it on Facebook.
Yeah. Well, they're certainly thinking that.
Yeah, right.
But what they're not doing is, taking a musket and actually going. No, they're actually
not much. They do that a little.
They are actually. They're not even taking muskets. They're taking things that have the power of 8 million muskets.
Oh my God. Play some songs. Come on.
All right.
What do you got?
Some songs.
All right, good. Go for it.
This is a song by the Beau Brummels, who were they're from San Francisco, but they sounded more British than a lot of British bands. They're very British sounding. So. Hate to tell you, but I told you so. Don't mind my preaching to you. I said don't trust him, baby, now you know. You don't learn everything there is to know in school. Wouldn't believe me when I gave advice. I said that he was a tease. If you want help, you better ask me nice. To be sincere, convince me with a pretty plea. Laugh, laugh, I thought I'd die. It seems so funny to me. Laugh, laugh, you met a guy who taught you how it feels to be lonely. Oh, so lonely. Don't think I'm being funny when I say you got just what you deserved. I I can't help feeling I found out today. You thought you were too good, you had a lot of nerve. Won't say sorry for the things I said. I'm glad he packed up to go. You kept him bragging he was yours instead. You found you don't know everything there is to know. Laugh, laugh, I thought I'd die. It seems so funny to me. Laugh, laugh, you met a guy who taught you how it feels to be lonely. Oh, it's so lonely. Before I go, I'd like to say one thing. Don't close your ears to me. Take my advice and you'll find out that being just another girl will cause you misery. Don't say you can't get any boy to call. Don't be so smug or else you'll find you can't get any boy at all. You'll wind up an old lady sitting on the shelf. Laugh, laugh, I thought I'd die. It feels so funny to me. Laugh, laugh, you met a guy who taught you how it feels to be lonely. I'm so lonely. Lonely. I'm so lonely. Yeah. So here's a song that was made popular by Jay and the Americans, but it's also covered by Willie DeVille. It's kind of a cool song. It's kind of got like, it's almost in a weird way, almost like a Warren Zevon type song. In a little cafe, just the other side of the border, she was a sitting there giving me looks that made my mouth water. So I started walking her way. She belonged to Batman Jose, and I knew, yes I knew I should leave when I heard her say, yeah, come a little bit closer, you're my kind of girl, so big and so strong. Come a little bit closer, I'm all alone and the night is so long. So we started to dance in my arms, she felt so inviting, and I just couldn't resist, just one little kiss, so exciting. Then I heard the guitar player say, vamos, Jose's on his way. Then I knew, yes I knew I should run. Then I heard her say, yeah, come a little bit closer, you're my kind of man, so big and so strong. Just come a little bit closer, I'm all alone and the night is so long. Then the music stopped. When I looked, the cafe was empty. Then I heard Jose say, man, you know you're in trouble plenty. So I dropped my drink from my hand Out through the window I read, and as I rode away, I could hear you play to Jose, yeah. Come a little bit closer, you're my kind of man. So big and so strong. Come a little bit closer. I'm all alone, and the night is so young. Oh, bamba, kitty, kitty. Oh, you never, one thing you learn in show business, you never want to follow a pet act, ever. Kid act or a pet act is always bad.
That's absolutely right. Now, he just happened to come over and he was like on the table looking at you on the screen like, what's
Angry.
going on over here? He doesn't quite get what's going on here. So that sounded great. I enjoyed that.
Sure.
No, do a couple more.
It started raining again. I can tell as I hear the pitter-patter on the air conditioner over here on my third floor sanctum sanctorum.
Yeah, Connecticut is getting its ass handed to a different part. I looked at the radar, and there is a band going from like the southern Great Lakes all the way out into the ocean, right through Connecticut, and it is literally like 15 miles that way. I've seen very little rain, little wind, but Connecticut.
I wouldn't mind it if we're developing the weather pattern sort of like a Seattle thing where you get rain every day for a period of time. You know, like,
right?
That wouldn't kill me. You know, I don't mind a little bit.
Yeah, Seattle is every day for a period of 24 hours.
Yeah, right. So this is a Steely Dan song that's about a working girl in New Orleans. On the water down in New Orleans, my baby's the pearl of the quarter. She's a charmer like you never seen, singing voulez-vous, voulez-vous, where the sailor spends his hard-earned pay. Red beans and rice for a quarter. You can see her almost every day, singing voulez-vous, voulez-vous. And if you hear from my Louise, won't you tell her that I say hello? Please make it clear when her day is done, she's got a place to go. I walked alone down the Miracle Mile, met my baby at the shrine of the martyr. She stole my heart with a Cajun smile, singing voulez-vous, voulez-vous. She loved the $1,000,000 words I say. She loved the flowers and candy that I bought her. She said she loved me and was on my way, singing voulez-vous, voulez-vous. And if you hear from my Louise, won't you tell her that I say hello? Just make it clear when her day is done, she's got a place to go. And if you hear from my Louise, won't you tell her I love her so? Just make it clear when her day is done, she's got a place to go. Yeah, you can't beat songs about hookers. Now I'm taking out my cheater. Doc Watson might call it. The capo. Yeah, it's raining now. So this is a song by Gordon Sumner, aka Sting. It's one of the few songs you'll find in the pop world that has a line about the Greek gods Scylla and Charybdis and what the hell. He was a teacher after all, so you know. Let's go Wrapped Around My Finger. You consider me the young apprentice. Wait for it. Caught between the Scylla and Charybdis. Hypnotized by you, if I should linger, staring at the ring around your finger. I have only come here seeking knowledge, things they would not teach me of in college. I can see the destiny you sowed turned into a shining band of gold. I'll be shoot, wrapped around your finger. I'll be wrapped around your finger. Mephistopheles is not your name. I know what you're up to just the same. I will listen hard to your tuition. You will see it come to its fruition. I'll be wrapped around your finger. I'll be wrapped around your finger. Devil in the deep blue sea beside me, vanish in the air, you'll never find me. I will turn your face to alabaster when you find your servant is your master. You'll be wrapped around my finger. You'll be wrapped around my finger. You'll be wrapped around my finger. Yeah, fluffed it a little, but you know, that's what makes it real.
That sounded great.
Thanks.
I enjoyed this Sting song. What was his name again? It's Gordon Sumner, right?
Gordon Sumner.
Can you imagine? All right, here's the conversation that had to happen, right? Like he went to his girlfriend or whatever, and he was like, "I've got a great idea. I'm thinking about doing music. My band is doing better and better, but I don't want to use my name." It's like, "What name do you want to use?" He's like, "Sting." Can you imagine? Right. That's what she did. She went, Sting.
You know, it's funny though, like when the Police started out, they were such a different band, and he obviously, the thing that a lot of people don't like about him is kind of his literacy, like they don't like that, they consider it pretentious and everything. To me, it's just like, I'm not talented enough to accuse him of being pretentious. I mean, I would need to be someone else.
No, you know what? I'm not mad at Sting for that. I'm mad at, first of all, I was a huge Police fan. The Police was the band when I was in high school. It was like Synchronicity and, like, oh my God, right? I was like total Police head, right? And then he ditched those guys. And that's what I'm mad at him for. I've never gotten over it, really. I'm like, you're like, oh, I'm the singer, so I'm the popular one. And I'm like, dude, you were the singer, but those other two guys were freaking amazing.
Well,
and you
but I
ditched
mean,
them.
this is like an age-old thing, like it's very difficult because, yeah, he's a singer. Yeah, he's the writer. Yeah, he's the guy with the vision. Yeah, he's the guy, like in many cases, and he and the drummer, Stuart Copeland,
yeah,
hated each other. Like they hate each other. And there's a great show that you can catch online on YouTube that Elvis Costello had. It was called Elvis Costello's Spectacle. And he has on many great people. And quite often, there's like that, quite often there's, really interesting, revealing, really loose interviews. James Taylor is a great thing with James. It's like, he has a wide range of people there. And when he has the Police on, and he has them on, it's like palpable how much, Copeland and Sting don't get along, Like, and I like Stu Copeland a lot. He's not as good a drummer, frankly, as guys that Sting picked up there, like Omar Hakim and Manu Katché. He's not quite like that.
Yeah, but he was unique, and he brought that sound to the Police. If Sting had worked with those other drummers, it wouldn't have been anything like the Police. It would have been.
Well, and also
edge,
too, they didn't. When they started, I think their first gig, like on the East Coast or something, was like at the Chance Saloon in Poughkeepsie, and there were like 8 people there.
And they played at CBGBs. They did all that stuff.
The 8 people, and they invited everyone in the crowd backstage like afterwards, because they only had to come up with like 8 beers. It wasn't like a big deal. So, but it grew to a place. I saw his Broadway show. I saw Sting's Broadway show.
Right.
I loved it. It was considered a bomb. It didn't run very long, but it was very good. And I like him, but I like the Police too. I mean, I love the Police. Actually, that's a Police song. Really, what I just did. It's
right. Yeah.
He did it with the Police, but I saw that Synchronicity tour. That's the only time I ever saw them. I never saw them when they were at the height of their punk thing. Even though I was in New York at the time, I just never saw it. But that was a good show. Brendan Byrne Arena, not the best place to see a band, but a lot of wind machines. A lot of wind machines.
Really cool. All right, Bill Nolan, good to see you.
Yep, good to see you too, man.
Good stuff. I'll catch you soon.
All right, see you.
Stay safe. Don't get picked up by a tornado or whatever it is.
I'll try not to.
Oh, that's Bill Nolan. I pushed the wrong button. Yeah, there it is. So now we're going to bring on, with no further ado, there's Bill Nolan again. I keep pushing the wrong button. Oh, my God. Hey, Will Baird, how you doing?
He won't go away.
He won't go away. It's just one of those days, How you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks. It's not raining up here. It's like everything that happens down there, none of it happens here, So I'm fine with that, as long as everybody doesn't get rich or something. It sounds like I'm not missing anything ever since I moved,
No.
So.
Connecticut, it's getting its ass handed to it by weather recently, especially today. And I love that everybody's like, Eversource, we hate you. You know what? Who do you think is turning your power back on? They didn't turn you off. Mother Nature. Call God and say, don't turn my power off. Eversource is like, we get up at crack of dawn and we go out there with our trucks and we risk our lives and wire sparking and whatever. And everybody's like, I hate them. I hate Eversource.
Oh my God! I get like the code red, reverse 911 calls for Darien still, even though I haven't lived there for like 4 years. I don't know how to take my name off. And it's kind of cool to find out what's going on. So I get these, these messages. Hello, this is your first selectman, Jamie. What's her name? Something or other. Over 220,000 people in the area are out of power, and I personally have called the governor about Eversource to complain. It's like, wow, the governor is doing absolutely nothing to help.
Well, you're asking for it. If you name yourself Eversource, right? You're like forever.
We're here forever.
It's like there's some battery called like Ever Ready battery. If your battery fails, then you're like Ever Ready.
Yeah.
You're not ever ready. You're not ready today.
For me, they're like Ever Bill. That's basically because everywhere I go, having moved several times, I keep getting bills that are sent to the wrong places. It's like you're going to lose and that's the worst thing, being told your electricity is going to be cut off. It's one thing to be told, your car is going to be a problem if you don't pay soon. It's another thing to be told, you're going to be in the dark, buddy.
I lived on a boat for 19 years, so I generated my own power. I had a windmill. I had solar panels way before any millennial was even born who's like, oh, I'm socially conscious, whatever. I really lived off the grid on this boat in the middle of a river.
That's true, yeah.
And so I never had an electric bill. Bill. Oh, it's storming. Oh, the $10 million house lost its power. Oh, I've got power. I'm watching satellite TV. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. So how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm actually going to be going on vacation next week to Gloucester, Massachusetts, which is like fishing capital. The famous statue of the guy.
Yeah.
So I'm going
to be fisherman, right?
So I don't know where I'm going to be broadcasting from, but I'm going to be broadcasting from somewhere. Hopefully,
that's awesome.
Maybe in front of some surf or a giant ship or something. I'm going to try to find something dramatic and not my hotel room, but we'll see what happens.
No, that sounds great. Go to the memorial. They have a memorial in Gloucester for all of the fallen fishermen who died in the years of just in Gloucester, the town of Gloucester, and there are 10,000 fishermen. I almost said musicians. 10,000 musicians.
10,000 musicians.
That's Connecticut. We're lost at sea in Connecticut. But
Well, actually, that was the statue that I was mocking a moment ago. I have to confess.
is that the one with the
Yeah.
Mrs. Paul's called Gordon, whatever it is, fisherman?
And Gorton's of Gloucester, yeah. Oh, that's another. I got a whole other story about that. I'm not going to bore you with that one yet. I'll bore you with that one later. Yeah, whenever you want me to.
All right, play some music. What do you got?
All right, I got something. I don't know. I'm going to surprise you here.
All right, good. Great.
Oh, good. You're not asleep. I was a little afraid. I was thinking this is sounding like a lullaby. Maybe
No,
this is a
that's
mistake.
great. So what is it? Like everything you play is so familiar. I'm like, I know it.
What is that?
Exactly.
Does he do anything original? Yeah. I was like, oh, well, there we go.
Here we go again.
I'm trying to. Oh my Lord. Well, so life in Massachusetts is just dandy. I can tell you. All of the Harvard students have come back. Well, not all of them, but like a small number of them. And
Harvard is back?
So, well, 40% of them are, I guess. Yeah, 40% of them are
I
back.
thought they were opting out, that they were just doing it remotely. No.
They will within a month or two. They will.
Yeah, they will.
I mean, it's grim. It's not. It's not a fun. It's not like a Harvard. It's not like the college experience we had. I don't, I feel kind of bad for these kids, frankly. I mean,
I feel terrible for them. If I were in school, if I were getting ready to matriculate to Harvard, whatever their crazy tuition is right now, I would say, wait a minute, I am not going to go there, wear a mask, sit in my room studying online, and then go back to my mother's basement and study online for the next year for $70,000 or whatever it is. I'd be like, I'm taking the year off. I'm going to Kansas. Anything.
Yeah, they have this great set of web pages on what you can expect for life at Harvard. I'm not sure about why this rebound reverb is coming back here. Sorry, but and it's like 4 pages of explaining you're going to get tested 3 times a week and this kind of thing, and here's what happens if you go to Washington. And then it's got 2 pages of really well written advice on how to manage stress, anxiety, and depression. And it's like you get to the bottom of the list and you're like, wow, boy, I can't wait to go to this place. This is going to be the time of my life,
Exactly. No, you know what's interesting? On that same subject, right? So I've been feelings in the last week or so of like, I don't know who I am anymore. I don't know if my what's going on and what am I doing and what am I doing with my life? And I can't plan and I can't go and I can't travel and I can't. And I think about all that, and I think about all the 200 shows I gave. Everybody I know gave up hundreds of shows, and the opportunity to go, hey, do you want to play at my stupid place? Yes, I will play there on Tuesday, but I'll see you there. Now it's like the phone doesn't ring. Like I'm a different person. And then I think, well, I'm okay. I'm eating. I'm paying my bills. I'm teaching. I'm doing JMTV. I'm doing collaborative videos. I'm riding the Segway around. I'm at the pool. I'm like, life is actually good. So then I'm sitting on the sofa before the show after riding my Segway around, and I was watching. And I'm watching this like idiot. There's this mindless thing called Never Think. And it's an app for my Apple TV, Never Think, right? And you like click it, and it goes on the internet, and it finds stupid stuff for you to watch. And
I thought it was the Trump administration. I thought that was what you were referring to.
That's the Trump website, Trump website. And so I'm on Never Think, right? And I'm on the educational tab because I think, I'm never going to think, I might as well learn something, right? And it comes up, they've got this cartoon, like all the millennials, they don't want to just learn. They have to have a cartoon along with it, like cartoon character telling
emoji.
And here comes this cartoon, right? And the cartoon is like, let's talk about how work fits into your mental health. And I'm like, am I on candid camera here? Like, and they start saying, if you aren't working, if you're not nose to the grindstone with your head down in your work and feeling stressed about your work and focused, that you do that for a couple days and you start to lose it. You start to lose your sense of self and your sense of self-worth and all that. And I'm like, wait a minute. They went through all the symptoms, and I'm like, I've got all the symptoms. What's going on here, right? And then I'm thinking, wow, this was made before the pandemic. And everybody is in that situation now. Everybody's in a situation of, my life is very different from what it was.
Yeah.
So
and how long is it going to stay that way?
So what they said was, at the end of it was, God forbid don't retire. God forbid don't take a 3-month vacation. You need to work. So work on your collaborative videos, work on your set lists, work on your setup and your lighting behind you there, which is awesome today again. And work. Create artificial deadlines, because work is what keeps you from realizing that you're an insignificant little smudge in a giant universe. That's what they said.
Wow. That's pretty broad. It's like beyond a pandemic,
Right. And so I was like, all right, I guess I just have to come up with a million new things to do all winter while I'm locked away in my house.
Find another place to ride the Segway. I have to say, the Segway thing, I really love the Segway thing, because there's something really reassuring about, for some reason, it always comes on after my own videos. I'm not sure why. And so there's always those feet, right, at the beginning. And, at first I was like, oh, it's on and so on. But you get used to these routines. So for me now, don't take this the wrong way, but it's like, it's got the same stuff, right? As you ride along, you're like, well, here we are, and the road's kind of bumpy, and hi, John, how are you, and so on. And
same stuff.
We're going to go to the pool now, and so on, and for me, it's Mr. Rogers. It's like Mr. Rogers for grown-ups, because I'm like, oh, we're going to go to the pool now. We're going to go to the pool. This is going to be great. I can't wait.
And I'm Mr. Trolley, right? I'm the Mr. Trolley on the Segway, right? Ironically.
But it's like therapy for me, man. I just, I'm like, go to the beach. We're going to go to the beach. Oh, we're going to the beach.
It's true. It is. It's Mr. Roger. I'm rebranding it. That's it. So, all right. Do another song for us. What do you got?
All right. We'll do. This one's going to bring us up after bringing us down.
All right.
I got a duck. Okay. I'm back.
That was
Oh,
great.
thanks. Well, I figured, it kind of brings you back up, after.
It does. So yeah, it's actually the perfect segue. It's the no pun intended. It's the perfect segue. First of all, you say, "Here comes the sun," and I'm like, "What am I going to talk to Johnny Leds about when he comes on?" And what I'm going to talk to him about? Here he is, by the way. Here he is, Johnny Leds. How you doing, man? He's muted.
Oh.
Unmute your mic. So, so I was like, "What am I going to talk to him about?" He's muted. Do I have him muted?
Muted. Yeah.
No, yeah, you're muted. So I was going to say, he always performs from. Hey, how you doing? You always perform from outside, right? You're always outside.
I am outside.
It's true.
And I'm looking, and I'm like, I almost feeling guilty because, like, he logs on at 7:45, and the sun is shining, and everybody plays, and now it's 8:45, and the sun is getting dimmer and dimmer, and darker and darker, right? Now it's pitch black at 7:30 when we start the show. So you talk about here comes the sun. There's always a time of the year, which is right now, when my jams are like oh, we're in the dark from the first minute. There's something about doing it in the dark that's better, you know?
Mhm.
There you go.
So here comes the sun, bah humbug. We're entering the long, dark stretch of winter.
I know,
You know?
depressing winter.
Well, but we have the show to bring us up.
We
I'm
got
not
the
quite sure what
show.
you can do with the
show is going to
segue.
take off this winter. Oh, my God.
What are you going to replace the segue with? You still got to do that. You haven't.
Oh,
you
no, I
haven't-
do the segue in the winter. I had this idea. So I have a lake over here, and I had this idea that if you can ice skate on the lake, well, you can buy, the wheels are 10-inch wheels, and you can buy 10 and a quarter inch circular saws. And I could mount them, get a bolt, and mount them into the wheel of the thing. Like get fine-tooth circular saws, and then I could go segwaying on the lake on my circular saws, and I won't flip out.
I
Hey, I'll
have
give you
this
guys
image.
a funny one. You talk about Here Comes the Sun in the nighttime. I'll have you know that I just got a email from Mary Ellen Carroll, who is watching us as we speak.
In the sunshine in New
And
Zealand.
in the sunshine in New Zealand, and she asked me to play, so I figured, okay, I'll jump on.
That is fantastic.
About 12 o'clock there, I think.
That is fantastic. So I'm like looking at my phone right now. It is raging here now. All right, so let me see. Wait till you see this. This is the radar. I'm the little,
Oh my God!
it's like insane back here. The radar, it's like the thunderstorm just about to wipe me out. If I go off the air, take over.
It's like, yes. There's some color in there. I don't know what it is, but there's there's so many colors on that map I don't recognize that it's like wild. I'm trying to see if there's something that. Oh, here we go. This is what that map looks like.
Yeah, right, exactly.
It's just like colors out of control.
There's a this huge thunderstorm that's been wiping out everybody except me and you guys in
Right,
Massachusetts. But
Yeah.
Connecticut and everybody in our normal listening area are getting their asses handed to them today by the tornadoes and
Yeah.
rain. And
I guess we'll get it in a day or so.
But we can still, we
Maybe.
can, but we can. I mean, we can still, let them know that we're unhappy anyway for other reasons. A pandemic and all
exactly.
shelves.
We should
and
cry about something, I'm sure. Right?
I've gotten into what do they call it? Not cotton candy, candy corn.
Oh yeah,
That's
don't
like
do
a
that.
guilty pleasure. I keep going down to CVS to get, and they're like, "Oh, do you want the candy corn again?" It's like, yes.
That's funny.
Sorry, that was horrible. I just said that, but
That is not horribly
Yeah.
bad. Exactly.
this
So-
place is the most amazing CVS. The men only work downstairs. The women only work upstairs.
You have a
Upstairs is
dual
immaculate. What'd you say?
level CVS.
This is 2-level CVS. This is the only store that's in Harvard Square now. Everything else is like closed up. Apparently, the rumor is that Harvard, for all of their tenants, I can't believe I'm saying this it's a rumor. It's just a rumor. I didn't say it. That Harvard has told all of its tenants no rent. If you stay, no rent. And so all these stores are staying, but they're not opening. Because it's like we can't afford to open. So, which explains why these places are, there's places that are still around, and then you run into a bunch of places that are all gone. It's because Harvard doesn't own the buildings,
Nope,
and MIT has done the same thing.
Wow.
Wow. Stuff.
On the other hand, it's so easy to get a parking space. I can get all the candy corn I want. The guys downstairs at the CVS, they know me by name. I know, how are you? And the women upstairs, upstairs is much cleaner. The women, they all wear masks. They started wearing masks like a month before the guys did. The guys are like, I'm not wearing no effing mask, So I'm not quite sure where I'm going with this.
No,
It's
those
probably
aren't
time to
masks. No. Well, those aren't masks. They're burqas. They're making the women wear burqas in Harvard Square. That's what's
that is
happening.
actually that would fit many
It
trends.
fits
Thank
the
you. Yes.
accent that you
Totally
use.
not PC all the way.
That is, yeah, that's right.
All right, well,
How many
Baird,
wrong things can I say before you
go
shut me
down
off?
to the CVS and oppress women by eating candy corn.
Right, yeah, I'm going now, baby. Then I'm going to the dentist.
I'll see you next week. Great to see you.
Same here, Ed. Take care.
Great.
See ya.
Hey, Led.
Hey, how you doing, Ed?
I'm doing good. What are you up to?
It's funny. I was gonna ask. I asked you guys last week. I see all these guys have fancy equipment. They've got mics and echoes and effects and sound and color. I am actually playing with a crappy laptop and absolutely no technology. My light source is my pewter lamp,
Yes.
and that's it. I should get myself. I've been wanting to get myself a mic to see if my mediocre voice would sound better with a real mic, but we'll see.
You sound fine. I can hear you just fine.
There you go.
So yeah, good to see it. Yeah, my fancy studio here. It's all a fraud. See, it's all a blue screen. Right?
Well, get out of here! I thought it was real.
No, it's not real. So I have students, right? And I moved. I was in this cabin, and the beginning of Jam TV. This was the look. Let's see. This was the look that Jam TV used to have, right? Were you ever on Jam TV when it looked like this?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, where I was living before, this was the actual background where I was living. So I took a picture of it, and then I did the first couple of shows that way, right? Like I was in the thing. And so I switched it to a green screen, right? So I push the button,
right,
and I go into the green screens tab, and I picked it. Here's Abbey Road Studio, and here's here's my fancy house with my big grand piano, and here's
that's where
studio.
I figured you lived, yeah.
Yeah, right. So here's my studio, right? And the reason I did this is that I also teach. I teach inner city kids in Bridgeport. We do hip hop production and stuff like that. And the kid, I have the wall right behind me, right here, right? The wall is right there. And it's got this decorative stripe across on the wall, right? Yeah. And the kid said, "Are you in your bathroom?" And I was like, out of the mouth of babes, like, "Oh, I am not in my bathroom." The next week I was like this, and he's like, "Oh, Mr. Train, you're in your studio. You look great. Your studio. That's amazing." And I go, "Yeah, my mixing console and my rack of equipment." Every once in a while I'll reach back and I'll be like, like adjusting something on this thing,
I'll have you know, for how many weeks has it been? I've been thinking, when I die, I want to have a studio like Ed Train.
There you go. Well, I'll email it to you. So my fraud. If you turn the thing the wrong way, you're like, "Oh wait, the start of the. Oh no, something's happening. Something wrong. What's happening? Oh, okay." So anyway,
great.
What are you going to do for us?
All right. Well, I asked Mary Ellen if she wanted anything in particular, and she said surprise me. And I hate that kind of recommendation, but
me too.
How about I'll do a little America? I think I can pull that one off. We'll see.
All right.
Good. Sometimes late when real and people share the gift of gab between themselves. Some are quick to take the bait and catch the perfect prize that waits among the shelves. But Oz never did get nothing to the Tin Man that it didn't already have. Cause never was the reason for the evening, for the Tropic of Sir Galahad. So please believe in me when I say I'm spin around, round. Smoke like a stain, like colors, and it's going down. Soap suds green like bubbles. La 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 la. And I'll never did get nothing to the Tin Man that it didn't already have. And cause never was the reason for the evening, for the Tropic of Sir Galahad. So please believe in me when I say it around. So glass stained by colors and go down. So glass stained by colors. And I never did nothing to the Tin Man that it didn't getting on it half. Cause there was a reason for the evening, for the Tropic of Sir Galahad. So please believe me when the nights are long, 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 long. I am absolutely positive I screwed up at least one of the.
It was great. The look on my face is that there is lightning and thunder around here like crazy right now. I felt the whole place shake. Like,
All right, so it's a good distraction.
If I disappear, just keep playing. I'll figure
So you're
it
really
out.
getting that bad weather, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm getting slammed right now. Slammed like, and for some reason, where I am, the way the mountains are around here, you'll have this line of thunderstorms normally coming from the west, and it approaches, and then it like splits and goes around us. So
Wow.
I was talking to one of the lifeguards at the pool yesterday, and she was saying, I don't think we've ever had a thunderstorm go overhead. Like, you know, it always goes nearby, and we clear the pool out if we hear the thunder or whatever. But I don't think we've ever had an actual lightning storm here.
Wow.
But it's happening. Although I'm hearing it. Maybe I don't know where it is, but it's close. It's definitely close.
Well, good for you. I guess my mother down in Florida missed a hurricane for once because it's going in through Louisiana pretty heavy right now.
Yeah. So well, it's past them now, but it missed New Orleans, it missed Lafayette, Louisiana, where I have friends, and you know, it went through sort of a not a super populated area, which is great, but you know, it destroyed them, decimated them.
Wow. Yeah. It's tough. And if it goes dark, we'll know we lost power. My town loses power at the drop of a dime all the time. So we'll
Really?
see. Yeah, I mean, it's about generator time, but I haven't gotten one yet.
Yeah, well, I hope I don't go down. I don't know what I'm going to go outside and run the show off my phone, off the cellular, if I can get it connected, you know?
And you can do it on your Segway driving in through the hurricane. That I
No,
want.
seriously, actually, don't laugh. When everybody had the outages, I lost power a month ago or a month and a half ago. It wasn't when everybody was there, but my area was down. And
Yeah.
it was, of course, on a Thursday. And, of course, the show was going to happen. They're like, well, we think we'll have the power back by 8 o'clock. I'm like, 8 o'clock? What are you talking about? Right?
Right.
And so I got the show set up to run on my phone. I figured out how to actually do everything we're doing here on the phone. And then I didn't need it. So maybe tonight, there's another one.
That would be impressive to see if you could run it from your iPhone.
Oh
Good
my
for you.
God. All right, we're going to do that one day. So do another song for us while we still have power.
All right. All right. How about a little Tom Petty? Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. You can stand me up at the gates of hell, and I won't back down. No, I stand my ground. Won't turn around. And I keep this world from dragging me down. And I stand my ground. And I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, babe, whoops, and I won't back down. Screw that one up. Well, I know what's right, and I just got one life. In a world that keeps me pushing me around, and I stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. stand my ground, and I won't back down. Well, I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, baby, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. No, I won't back down. But I'll forget the chords.
Awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome that we can even do this from your with your lantern on your porch in the dark, you know.
And my well, maybe I'll try one more if you want to fit me in, or are you all done with for me?
I got two guys waiting. So
All right.
we'll do it next week.
Do it on to the next one.
Yeah, good to see you, John.
It was
Hang out.
fun. Till
Hang
next
out for a
time.
minute.
Hello,
Hey.
Mary Ellen. Yeah, I'll stay on.
Yeah, so New Zealand watching, you know, good to see you in New Zealand. Hey, Ray and Chris.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Ed.
How's it going?
Staying dry so far here.
Yeah, are you getting slammed today?
We got slammed once already.
I'm getting slammed right now.
It's coming back around again.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's really, really nailing me right now. I got to put the radar up on the show, like in a separate window. But I'm absolutely getting hit hard here right now. The thunder is raging.
Yeah, well, I generally lose power if the wind goes above 10 miles an hour. So
Sounds like
if
my
something happens, you'll know what happened. I went off with the wind.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Tough. Yeah. Hey, Ray.
Hey, how you doing, Chris? Good to see you.
Good. You can take requests tonight?
Do I? Hey, and if I remember a song, I'll play it.
I'm just
Ray knows everything.
Ray. Just getting you back for a couple of weeks ago. That's
I
all.
know. Yeah, I know. You did a Red Rubber Ball for me. That was very good on the spot.
Yeah. Sympathy for the Devil. I think that was one of your big hits.
Oh, great song.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right. I used to do that all the time. I was kind of known for that song for a while.
Absolutely.
Yeah, back
You
in the
gonna do
day. What's that?
You gonna do it?
I could.
You don't have Henry playing the cajon and or the conga.
Yeah.
I tell you, Ed, it's too bad we don't have Rohan Goodsir. He is a spectacular drummer.
Absolutely. Don't I know it?
Yeah.
But he moved to New Zealand, for crying out loud.
If only you could get it to synchronize. Wouldn't that be great? He could.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Big
we're doing
Waldo.
collaborative videos. Maybe I'll reach out to him, have him do a collaborative video with us. We've been doing a lot of those.
He's
and
really good,
We
actually.
did an Elvis Costello tune, and
Watching the detectives, that'd be great.
yeah, very cool, very cool. All right, Ray, come on, play something for us.
All right. Do you want me to do the Stone songs first or second?
Up to you.
Do what you want to do. Yeah, I
Do
mean,
what you
I don't
wanna
know anything about sympathy. I've heard you do it a lot of times.
What's that?
I've heard you do it a number of times.
That-
Do whatever
that's
you
true.
want. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to do another song first, but then I'll do that second, and that'll close out my set.
All right, go
Got
for
another new song, Ed. Little Rod Stewart.
it. Fantastic.
Little Maggie May. I've never actually played the whole song all the way through. I kind of learned bits and pieces of it over the years and then kind of pushed it aside. And then I was, before that show that we had with the girls, I was over at the Levitt Pavilion with Wendy May. She was doing like a little video with one of her little students, Elizabeth. There's Randy. And then she, we were trespassing on the property, and after little Elizabeth and her parents left, Wendy and I just played a couple of songs off the cuff, and she recorded them, and she's going to probably post something at some point. But she asked me about, oh, do you know Mag? I said, oh God, no, I never. So once she said that, kind of had it in my. I said, I got to go over that song, you know, because I always knew parts of it, but never learned it all the way through, you know.
Very cool. Take it away.
All right, cool. Wake up, Maggie, I think I got something to say to you. It's late September and I really should be back at school. I know I keep you amused. I feel I'm being used. Oh, Maggie, I couldn't have tried anymore. You led me away from home just to save you from being alone. You stole my heart, and that's a pain I can do without. The morning sun, when it's in your face, really shows your age. But that don't worry me none. In my eyes, you're everything. I laughed at all of your jokes. My love, it didn't need to coax. Oh, Maggie, I couldn't have tried anymore. You led me away from home just to save you from being alone. You stole my song, and that's a pain I can do without. All I needed was a friend to lend a guiding hand. But you turned into a lover and mother, what a lover, you wore me out. All you did was wreck my bed, and in the morning kicked me in the head. Oh, Maggie, I couldn't have tried anymore. You led me away from home, 'cause you didn't wanna be alone. You stole my heart, I couldn't leave you if I tried. I suppose I could collect my bucks and go back to school. I'll steal my daddy's cue and make a living out of playing pool. I'll find myself a rock and roll band that needs a helping hand. Oh, Maggie, I wished I'd never seen your face. You made a first-class fool out of me, but I'm as bad as a fool can be. You stole my heart, but I love you anyway. wish I'd never seen your face. Just get on back home one of these days.
Nice.
There you
Ray.
go, little Maggie May.
Ray.
Nice, Ray.
And Ed, as usual, I looked up a little song facts before I came on tonight, and
course you did.
apparently Rod Stewart wrote that song because he did lose his virginity to an older woman. Apparently, it was at a jazz festival, and when they asked him how old the woman was, he goes, "I don't know, but she was old enough to be disappointed by the brevity of the experience."
Ray, that was awesome. That fit your voice, and
Yeah.
you have to promise we're going to do that. I learned that song years ago for one. I love that song, and I never got to play it again. I would love to play
Okay.
that with you.
There you
That's
go.
Cool.
What
Okay,
song?
well, there you
can't
go.
Ray do?
I'll keep it on the list, Randy.
We're doing it next time we're together.
Okay, that sounds good.
Why don't we do a collaborative video in the meantime? We'll do a Maggie May collaborative video with Ray, Randy, me.
I'm
We'll
in,
get
man.
Mike Baumwall to play drums.
I named my dog after Maggie because of Maggie May's song. Actually,
Oh,
No
that's
way.
cool. It's
That's
it's
great.
got a signature bass part from who is that? I guess that's Ronnie Lane.
yeah.
playing back then. It's
Oh,
a
it could
great
be.
bass
Jumping the
part.
bass.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, also according to the article, Maggie was not the name of the girl that Rod lost his virginity to. He actually got the name Maggie May. There's an old British folk song about a street hooker. From
Oh,
Lime
yeah.
Street.
The Beatles
And
do
the
it.
Beatles,
Oh,
and the
that'd be
Beatles, the
Maggie
Beatles
May.
had something on "Let It Be" about that, and he
Yeah,
just got a
right.
kick out of the name, so he just used it. You know,
It was Minnie Mazzola, the hooker from
It's
the Blues
better than
Brothers movie.
perfect.
what was it?
Minnie Mazzola, the hooker from the Blues Brothers movie.
Minnie
She was
Mazzola.
never on the screen, but they talked about her.
that name.
Minnie
Oh
Mazzola.
wow, I
don't
don't
know.
remember that.
No. Oh
I
yeah.
remember Cab
Right.
Calloway singing Minnie the Moocher.
There you go.
Minnie the
I am
Moocher.
a Blues Brothers aficionado, having played in a Blues Brothers cover band for
You would
that'll
know,
do it.
Ed.
That'll do it.
Nice.
Minnie Mazzola, the who was it? The keyboard player in Murph and the Magic Tones, right?
Oh.
That's it. Cab Calloway comes in and he says, "You guys know Minnie the Moocher?" And he goes, "I know Minnie Mazzola, the hooker over."
I'm sorry, I just got that name.
Is that
You mean
line in the movie?
Yeah.
You mean Mazzola, like Mazzola oil? Like
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
genius
There
right
it is.
there.
Just
I'm
lost
gonna-
our
I'm gonna have
PG
to listen
rating
to that
and
line
our
next
fun.
time.
He's a
see it.
factoid. We
Yeah.
learned it here on Jam TV.
Yeah, a genius that I am. Yeah.
Oh my God. So check this out. This is what I'm dealing with out here right now. Did I close it? Hold on.
No,
How do
you're
I
still
make
there.
How do I make it happen? Oh, there it is. Check this out.
Oh yeah.
Weather Center Ed has an actual radar feed on GMTV. I'm right there. Like this just went over my head right there. Connecticut is you guys are getting it again. I would say Chris Owen.
We had two cells that came through. One was more up New Haven area. The entire town of Brantford has no power. And one went below me in Easton, then kind of hit Westport, Southport, Greens Farms area.
Right. I mean, Chris Owen, you're right here somewhere, right?
I'm right next to Ridgefield, Connecticut.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Okay, so you're right here. You just had
Yeah.
something big go through.
Yeah. Well, it hit around 5 o'clock as I was driving home from work.
Oh, there it is.
Driving.
Oh, it's already gone through, right?
Wow, we got lucky. We missed
Yeah.
it all in Massachusetts. Good for us.
Nice.
Wow. Well, I'm by Lackawaxen out here. Lackawaxen,
Hey,
Blooming
we still
Grove.
have power.
Yeah, I still have power. The show must go on.
Yeah, I'm
You have a generator if you need it?
I do have a generator, but I haven't set it up yet or anything. But
Which means it won't run when you need it.
it was brand new. I have a small new one, and then my good one from the boat is in storage. I got to bring that out here and use that. But I'm okay. I'll run the show from my phone on a cellular connection if I have to.
cool.
Hey, Ed, speaking of weather, I was looking at my Facebook feed about an hour and a half ago, and some girl I'm connected to who lives up, I think, in Meriden,
Right.
she put a post out saying there was a tornado. She was on the Hartford Turnpike, and all of a sudden, a tornado came down. Everything turned white, and a tree landed on the car in front of her, and debris started smashing against her car. and then it disappeared after that. But she was
Wow.
like scared to death.
Wow.
That must have been in this thing right here when it went by
Yeah.
Hartford.
Yeah.
That looks like it's got some tornado.
Yeah, there was a couple.
That's
there
one
were
of
a
those
couple
red
nasty
pieces.
cells.
Like
Wow.
the Twister movie.
Yeah, right. Scary. Scary stuff. All right, Ray, play us another one.
All right. Well, this one's going to be for Chris Owens because Turnabout is fair play.
That's great. Looking forward to hearing it.
A little acoustic sympathy. Usually we do it the whole band, but you know. Please allow me to introduce myself. Oh, I'm a man. Oh, well, in taste. I've been around for long, long years. I stole a man of man. So in faith. Oh, I was around when Jesus Christ had his moments down in pain. Make damn sure that pilot wash his hand. I see his face. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guessed my name. But what's been puzzling you is the nature of my game. I stuck around St. Petersburg when I saw it was a time for a change. I killed the Tsar and his ministers, Anastasia, screaming vain. I rode a tank, held a general rank. I went up Bliss Creek Bridge and the body stank. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. But what's been puzzling you is the nature of my game. I watch with glee where your kings and queens are fought for 10 decades for the gods they made. Well, I shouted out, who killed the Kennedys? Well, after all, it was you and me. Let me please introduce myself. I'm a man of well taste. I lay traps for a troubadour who get killed before the reach Bombay. Yeah. Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. But what's been puzzling you is the nature of my game. Oh yeah.
Chris is doing the lead.
Every cop is a criminal, and all your sinner saints. As his tail, just call me a Lucifer, 'cause I'm in need of some restraint. And if you meet me, have some courtesy, have some sympathy, yeah, some taste. I'll use all your well-learned politics. Well, I'll lay your soul away. Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Hope you guess my name. About what's been puzzling you is the nature of my game. Oh yeah. Oh, tell me, baby, what's my name? Tell me, sweetie, what's my name? Tell me, baby, what's my name? I'll tell you one thing, you're to blame, alright. What's my name?
Let's go out and protest. That's
There you go. Little
Hell
sympathy
yeah.
acoustic.
Hell yeah, nice, Ray.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Sounded great. By
By
request.
request. Happy to
brought
do it.
back
Yeah.
the
Happy to do it.
What, circa 2015, 2016, Willow, hearing
Oh,
that
God, yeah.
song?
Yeah.
Well, I used to do it a lot at the dressing room restaurant. I didn't have a gig there, but my friend Tor Newcomer, he was the manager at the time, and the owner, Michelle Nishan, and they got Michael Mugrage into the mix, and they created this 3-piece house band called House Dressing, and they played there every other Friday night. And on the in-between weeks, they'd have Paul Newman's daughter, Lissy Newman, do it like a jazz thing, right? So every other Friday night, I was down there, and, Nolan used to go, and the whole, all friends used to go down. And, the band would play for like about not even an hour, and then they would start inviting all of their musician friends, like weaving in and out of the band. And it would be every time they played, it was like the most amazing acoustic experience. But I used to do that, and the guys used to like to have me do that. But I had people coming up to me that I didn't even know. Oh my God, it's the best version of that. So they just loved it. I always got a lot of compliments. Fast forward to last year, one of their best customers passed away. So I got a call from Michelle's wife, Lori, and she goes, "Hey, this guy, he passed away. One of his last wishes was to have like a little music jam after his funeral, and they were going to be at what's the Gaelic Club in Fairfield. And can you play? I'm like, I'm there. So it's basically me, Tor, Michael, Michelle, Bill Noman. That was pretty much it. And the widow, I found out through my friend Lori, the wife. She said that her husband that passed away, that was his favorite song at the dressing room. He used to love when I did that song. So I was like honored to be there and to do it in his honor.
That's
it was so
cool.
nice. Yeah,
Cool.
it was cool.
Yeah, speaking of music history, I stumbled upon, there's several videos of the making of that specific song, the Stones in the studio. They filmed it.
I've seen it. Yes.
these.
really.
Well, but there's always
That would be fun.
a rumor that bass line, which as a bass player I'm always in awe of, is not Bill Wyman. It's Keith. And
Right.
finally, I got proof. It is Keith. He's playing this black precision with a pick, and he's not even looking. He's just like And like, you son of a bitch, it came out of him. It's like my favorite Stones bass line.
That's really cool.
Wow,
Yeah, I don't think
very
it's out.
cool.
I don't think it's out there anymore. I tried to find it a while ago and I couldn't.
just
But
saw it today.
my nephew sent
It's
it
out
to me like years ago, and I watched it. And one of the interesting thing is Keith Richards, that signature lead guitar, how it starts. That was like he was doing that like right from the beginning, before the song even morphed into what it was. He just like it's something that was in his head.
It's a great lead
stayed.
and a great
Yeah.
percussion as well.
Oh, totally, yeah.
The percussion. So
Yeah, remember Randy? They had the room was all like all of these little partitions.
The dividers,
Like the musicians just didn't stand around, so they had like all of these little partitions, like a maze.
No, and the very first take they did with Jagger kind of singing it, it's so different than where it wound up. What were you saying, Ed?
Oh, I was just saying. I think the percussion on that, the conga was Jimmy Miller, right? The producer.
I don't know. Was it? I didn't see that.
I think so. Yeah.
I love the percussion on that song.
Oh yeah, it makes it. Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, very cool. So, Chris Owen, what have you got for us?
Well, actually, Ray's kind of morbid description of the last thing
Yeah, right.
is a segue into a couple of songs that I'm going to do. I thought I would do a little. These songs are for some of the musical heroes that we have lost over the last 2 or 3 years. I'm thinking of John, bass player John. What's it now? I just blanked on his last name.
Konya.
John Konya, who I played with, had the pleasure of playing with Kurt and Helen, and he was wonderful to play with.
Yeah.
Steve, of course, Randy Brody, and a couple of my own buddies. Alan Berman over here, who was bass player for Blues Corruption. I don't know if you knew him or that band. But these are a couple. The first is by my old buddy Ian Anderson. It's called "Life's a Long Song," and then I'll segue right into "This Love Will Carry," which is by another Scotsman by the name of Dugan McLean. And I'll do those two tonight.
All right.
When you're falling away and you take stock of a new day, and you hear your voice croak as you choke on what you need to say. But don't you fret, don't you fear, I will bring you good cheer. Life's a long song, life's a long song, life's a long song. And if you wait and you play, I will fill as the verses unfold, and your soul suffers a long day. And the 12 o'clock gloom spins the room as you struggle on your way. But don't you sigh, don't you cry, lick the dust from your eye. Life's a long song, life's a long song, life's a long song. And we'll wait in the sweet light of dawn as the Baker Street train spills your pain all over your new dress. And the symphony sounds underground, put you under duress. Don't you squeal as the wheel grinds you under the heels. Life's a long song, life's a long song, life's a long song, and the tune ends too soon for us all. long song. Life's a long song. Life's a long song. And the tune ends too soon for us all.
Nice.
Very nice.
Thank you. Another old one. That's, I think, 1969, 1970, somewhere in there. Long song. Yeah, love that song.
All right, look at your show host who normally doesn't drink is going to have some British
There
Navy
you go.
rum.
You should have some single malts. This is by a Scotsman by the name of Doogie McLean. I think he actually has his own whiskey now. So
Doogie McLean whiskey. I'm going to go get my bottle, which I don't own.
Hey, Ed. Ed, there was
What's up?
there was that one night after the Blues, Views, and Barbecue Festival when you and I brought all of that equipment back. And
Yeah.
remember we went to Station House. Ed was like, "I need a drink," and my man Ed drank some bourbon.
Yeah, and where were we? At the Station House, right?
Station House, yeah.
And we were out, and we literally had 20 bands in 2 days at the
Oh, yeah.
Levitt Pavilion. And Ray and I like lugged a lot of gear at the end of that. We got it all put away. We got it back to Bobby Q's, and we got it all stored away with the jam van, the colorful van. And then you took me out for a drink that night. I remember.
Yeah, but uncharacteristically, you said, "I need a drink."
Yeah, after all that, I needed a drink, and you got me a bourbon, and it was like a heavy pour. And I remember afterwards, I was like, "Oh God, I only have to get Ray about 500 yards to his house," you know. And
That's true.
yeah, and I don't drink, so for one drink for me is like woohoo,
Yeah.
you know. I'm a cheap
I
date.
you intoxicated.
I know I'm a cheap date. Like one drink, I'm like whatever. Like this looks like it's soda. It's like blackberry seltzer with this British Navy rum. So British Navy rum, I don't know if you know, Pusser's rum, right? Which is British Navy rum. Every British soldier had the British Navy enlisted man had the right to 2 8-ounce cups of this a day.
Oh,
That's a lot.
yeah, that's
Heck of a lot.
A pint of rum a day was the rum ration, and they guess what year they say you're like, "Oh, the drunken sailor," what, right? And so the year that they got rid of it was 1971 because they were like, "We got nuclear submarines, you know,
exactly.
like we have missiles. We can't be having these drunken sailors on our boats." So they got rid of the rum ration. But the British Navy, they manufactured this rum because you couldn't take a chance that the enemy would go and poison the rum factory.
Yep.
And then the ships would they'd all die at sea, right?
Oh, that's
so
funny.
they still make this. The British Navy still makes this in Bermuda or British Virgin Islands. Yeah, British
Wow.
Virgin Islands. And the sugar's from Barbados. So there you have it.
Are you drinking that straight, Ed?
No, I'm having it with a blackberry seltzer. I'm like a big chicken, you know, like I'll nurse this for the rest of the show.
That's okay. That's
So
all right.
cheers.
That's not bad, though. That's not
So
bad.
what else do you
rum
have
is
for
good
us,
with
Chris?
other-
This is what love will carry. It's Doogie McLean's tune. It's
Right.
perfect for a single malt scotch. Slowly drunk by the fire, by the peat fire.
Fantastic. Take it.
It's a thin line that leads us, keeps us all from shame. Dark clouds quickly gather along the way we came. Whoa! I'm going to start that over if you don't mind. I think I'm the one drinking the scotch over here. Okay.
Too much single malt.
It's a thin line that leads us, keeps us all from shame. Dark clouds quickly gather along
came. There's pain out on the mountain, death out on the plain. Cloud and heartache in the shadow of the flame. This love will carry, this love will carry me. I know this love will carry me. This love will carry, this love will carry me. Oh, I know this love will carry me. The strongest web will tangle, the sweetest bloom will fall. Somewhere in the distance, we try and catch it all. Success lasts but for a moment, failure's always near. You look down at your blistered hands as it turns another year. This love will carry, this love will carry me. Oh, I know this love will carry me. This love will carry, this love will carry me. Oh, I know this love will carry me. These days are golden, they must not fade away. Time is like that flower, and soon it will decay. And though by storms we're weary, and uncertainty is sure, and like the coming of the dawn, it's ours forevermore. This love will carry, this love will carry me. Oh, I know this love will carry me. This love will carry, this love will carry me. Oh, I know this love will carry me.
I'll be on the second act. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Tasty songs.
I got to write good songs. I did a couple of his songs about a month ago in open C tuning. He writes most of his stuff in open C tuning, and gets a beautiful sound, a droning sound through all that stuff. Very Celtic. The guy is a terrific song. He's about my age, about 65, and he's kind of considered the bard of Scotland. He is going to be the next Robbie Burns, I think, someday. Terrific player. So that's Doogie McLean, Dogie.
Fantastic. You do it beautifully. Really nice, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's good to be on.
I was telling the story when you were on vacation, when you were away. Was that last week, 2 weeks ago, or
2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago. I was telling the story about the Chris Owen guitar player rule. You remember that?
It was the old Pelosi rule, wasn't it?
It was
Pelosi rule?
Nixon, Frost, and I don't remember what it was. Yeah, maybe. So the rule was at Cobb's Mill Inn, we'd have like 8 guitar players on the stage because my whole thing was, you guys do whatever you want. You want to play on top. You have fun, right? And so it got crazy. It got like mentally insane. You had like 6 guitar players, including loud guitar players, right? Who will remain nameless right now, but like loud, trying to like play over the top of Steve Wexler on the drums, right? Right.
That's right.
You know,
and Ray on the acoustic trying to cut through. I remember poor Ray in the middle of them with his acoustic.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
No. Ray Simonelli was like after one, he was like, I gotta go. I'm out of here. Like,
Ray's like out of here.
He used to come to me and he'd be like, what are you doing? Are you crazy? You're killing us all. Like, and I'm like, I don't know how to handle this, right? So I said, and I told this story while you were on vacation. I said, true story. I said, you know what? I'm going to think about this. I went home and I wrote up kind of a funny thing, which was like, okay, we're going to have passed this new rule that is only 2 guitar players. So if you play for a while, go sit down. Only 2 guitar players. You're all great, but you know it's just getting a little crazy. Let's only be 2 at a time on the stage. For the next 4 weeks, I had 0 guitar players.
Oh, is that right?
0, including you. Nobody came. Everybody was like, rules. Oh, no way.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, nobody came. And I was writing like, so where are you guys? They're like, oh, I was busy. I was like, you haven't missed a jam in 4 years, you know, like, and they were all like, oh, really? You think we're loud and obnoxious? Fine, no problem. We'll sit home and be loud and obnoxious. And then
No, but Ed, when you had 5 electric guitar players playing at once, when it got to that point, I noticed for the first time ever, they were kicking themselves off the stage because they couldn't deal with it. It was like crazy.
But then
I've never seen that happen before.
There were the people who were like, you know what? I will gladly yield the remainder of my time to my honorable friends, right? And then there were people like, screw it. I'm not leaving. I drove all the way up here. I'm not going to leave, you know?
Yeah, you got to get a truck to get them off stage.
Oh, my God. It was just crazy. But then, you know, here we are. We all wish that we could have 8 guitar players keep blowing our hearing, you know?
I've gotten to the point where I really don't even want to be in another band with another guitar player. One is enough. One electric player is plenty, and a keyboard and a bass and a drum, and I'm in nirvana with that.
Already too loud, right?
Too many frequencies. You got to know how to play electric guitar in a 2-guitar band. And a lot of people just play the same. If you're playing a low G, they're playing a low G, you know, and I would kind of get up to a high G to make it at least sound a little bit different. You know, I don't know. It's just
absolutely
trying to stay out of each other's way. You got to know how to do it. You know.
Couldn't agree more. Look, the Beatles had 2 guitars and they broke up over it. You know, so
yeah. Really great. I've been in a lot of bands with 2 guitars. Some of them work great. Some of them don't. You know. Anyway, the Owen rule lasted 3 weeks?
Yeah, right. Until like I could like beg everybody, please come back to the jam, please. You know?
I almost single-handedly wrecked the jam with that thought. I mean,
my God, the jam! Believe me, this guy single-handedly wrecked the jam so many times. I mean, you know, that guy, you know, like throw the ball out of the freaking room, you know.
So subtle.
I remember a couple of words were spoken a couple of times. I remember
a couple of times. So yeah, Billy Foster and AJ were gonna and John Cody were gonna kick his ass. They're like chase him out of the room, and I'm like chatting up some girl in the bar or in the big room area, and I see like this thing happening, and I'm like, wait. The music just changed. There's no drums. There's no bass player. There's no singer. Like, what's happening? Right? I look around. Wexler's like, I'm out of here. That's it. You know?
That's right. I remember he walked right out, said, I'm not coming back. And then he came back, and he was, you know, a stalwart member of the jam.
Oh, my God. Unbelievable. So look who we have with us now. The Stones are in the studio.
Hi.
Hey, Ed. How's it going?
Good. How you doing? I'm glad to see you.
Good. Yeah, I left my other 5 guitar players at home, so it's just me tonight.
Exactly right. Your rehearsal was canceled, unfortunately. Why? Because of the storm?
Yeah, the storm really put a damper on practice, but Jam TV is not canceled though, so here I am.
No, we've done 20. This is our 24th show, and we've been, I swear, I thought we were going to do 2 or 3 shows and then be like, I'm like, if this goes on a month, the whole world's going to fall apart. If we can't jam, I mean, my God, now it's been 25 weeks, 24 shows in 25 weeks since we've been locked down since March. We're on our way to 88 shows. I'm glad you can make it. You going to play some songs for us?
Sure, yeah. I'm going to play a song by my bands called Pat Stone, The Dirty Boots. And I'm going to play a brand new song that no one has heard before except for my band and my girlfriend, and that's about it.
World premiere video.
You cannot disgrace the family name.
I'll try not to. This is my most politically charged song, so I guess you'll find out where that stands.
Oh, and then I got a story for you about politically charged songs.
All right. Okay, I'll be appropriate after this. Well, this song is called La Corona Blues. Unemployed in a pandemic. Punk rock karaoke and sugar, we're going down. It's March 14th in Brooklyn, USA. And there's a killer virus and it's on the loose. It's coming for you and everyone you love. The DOL line was out of reach, then the president told me to drink bleach. The people on the internet blamed it on 5G. So don't delay my vaccination and give me refuge from the news, because I still can't shake my La Corona blues. Apocalypse headline, and it's easy to see the news and there's a cynical decline. And I know that knocking back thing is thinking might be just another headless white who plays guitar in patriarchy. Well, I do have some bones to pick with those in charge, and Epstein didn't kill himself. The DOL line was out of reach, then the president told me to drink bleach. The people on the internet blamed it on 5G. So don't delay my vaccination and give me refuge from the news, because I still can't shake my La Corona blues. Na, 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 na. So don't delay my vaccination and give me refuge from the news, because I still can't shake my La Corona blues. Civil unrest across the nation, you better find your side to choose, because I still can't shake my La Corona blues. You know I still can't shake my La Corona blues.
Nice.
Nice, Pat.
World premiere video. That was great.
World premiere, La Corona Blues.
La Corona Blues.
Okay, this is how stupid I am. I actually thought you were singing about the beer.
No, but it could be easily confused with that.
I've already had that much of my drink. Like I'm like, woo, he's thinking about Corona. Yeah, man.
What are you drinking, Ed?
I'm drinking British Navy rum. You'd appreciate that because you're a Coast Guard commander and sailor. I see pictures of you sailing around Long Island Sound.
Oh yeah, there's the captain.
Absolutely. Hey, Captain. How you guys doing? Billy Foster. There you go. So, cool. That was great. You got another one for us, Pat?
Another one?
Yeah,
Come on.
Why not? Let's see. What do we want to hear? We could do some.
Play something good. Play a good one now.
Play something good. I could play some Petty or something. Like, does anyone like that?
yeah.
Anyone like that? Let's try it.
Freebird.
She's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus, in America too. And she's a good girl, she's crazy about Elvis, loves horses, and her boyfriend too. It's a long day living in Reseda. There's a freeway through the yard, and I'm a bad boy, 'cause I don't even miss her. And I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart, and I'm free. Free falling, falling, and I'm free. I'm free falling, falling, and all the vampires walking through the valley, move west down Ventura Boulevard. And all the bad boys are standing in the shadows, and the good girls home with broken hearts, and I'm free. I'm free falling, falling, and I'm free. Free falling, falling. I wanna back down, old from Mulholland. I wanna ride her, name in the skies. I wanna free fall, out into nothing. I wanna leave this world for a while, and I'm free. Free falling, falling, and I'm free. Free falling, falling, free falling. Now I'm free falling. Now I'm free falling. Now I'm free falling. Now I'm free falling, and I'm free falling.
Golf claps.
Thanks, guys.
That was great.
That was fun.
Tom Petty.
I don't know if you heard of him.
Phenomenal. Look what we got. We got Sherry and Dave, right? We got Billy Foster is back in the green room. We got, oh my God, these guys are looking pro. We got a guy wearing a Rickenbacker bass. They're coming on for a collaborative video that we're doing. So let's see. Let's make that. Hey, Sherry, you gonna play some?
Sure.
What do you got?
Yeah.
Right.
You got
Why not?
you got the ukulele or the auto harp or the guitar or the piano tonight?
I know. I have a ukulele.
Sorry, it's such a sausage fest in here right now. You're like the only girl here. So.
That's all right. I can handle it.
But we're all drinking, so like woohoo!
Yeah. Dave's got a non-alcoholic beer, and I have water, so we're having a party over here. All right. So I learned this song like an hour ago, so we'll see.
Oh my God. Really?
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
It's the night of first ever
Anything
song.
left for me, Ray?
Welcome to my world.
Yeah. Let's see if I can remember the words. There's a loving in your eyes all the way. If I listened to your lies, would you say I'm a man without conviction? I'm a man who doesn't know how to sell a contradiction. You come and go. You come and go. Come, chameleon. Hang on. Come, chameleon. You come and go. You come and go. Loving me easy if your colors are like my dreams. Red, gold, and green. Red, gold, and green. Yeah, I got it. Eventually. Now we gotta think of the next lyric. Did you hear the wicked words that you say? And you used to be so sweet. I heard you say that my love was an addiction. Let me cling. Love is strong. That's not how you string along. You string along. Come a chameleon. You come and go. You come and go. Loving me easy if your colors were like my dream. Red, gold, and green. Red, gold, and green. Okay, somebody put me out of my misery. Put me out of my misery, Ed, please.
Hey, Sherry, I can play a song 5 times perfectly, and then I play it on Jam TV, and I'll screw up twice.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it.
It was fun.
My friend calls it the Michigan J Frog syndrome. Like you could be the top hat and the cane, and nobody's looking, and as soon as somebody looks, it's like.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Yeah.
So I'll play something that I know.
No, that was great. I love that. And I only realized like halfway through it's Boy George.
Really? It took,
it took a while. So
I realized a little sooner.
I've been drinking, so Boy George didn't settle on me.
I know, Ed. I'm a little concerned because you never drink, but
I know it's true.
wise men say only fools rush in. I can tell, falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin? I can't tell, falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't tell, falling in love with you.
Nice.
Something like that.
Fantastic.
You know, I've actually, a lot of people have been playing more since the lockdown and whatever, coronavirus. I've been playing less. So,
I've been playing less too. I do my collaboration videos with Mike, and I almost don't play at all otherwise. I don't play on the show. I don't like I went from playing every day for many hours a day to like nothing.
the same. And I feel so rusty. I feel like I don't know. I don't even know why I logged on, but
No, you sound great. It's good to see you. How's the new job?
my new job is good. So I do get to play working in hospice now, which is so different than anything I've ever done.
I'll bet.
I've done like hospice work at Waveney and the other places I've worked at. But you know, like I would work with people who were on hospice, but in the middle of the day, a train would come and we'd have like a wild party and whatever. But this is just hospice, and I'm on the road and I would drive to people's houses, and it's just one-on-one with somebody who's on hospice.
Wow.
But it's really interesting because they're not all, you would expect everybody to be like all bedridden and stuff like that. It's not like that. It's just they have medical criteria that allows them to be on hospice. Like if they have a terminal diagnosis, if they have cancer and it's not curable, they might live for another 2 years, but they meet the criteria. So I'm meeting some really interesting people, really grateful families and stuff like that. So
that's really cool.
Wow,
I'm glad
very
you
good.
landed that.
That's great.
yeah, it's
But
definitely different.
I do miss dressing up in French outfits with my baguette and my French dressing and playing Paris Day at Waveney. I do miss
People in
DJing.
Paris, yeah.
I've seen those pictures, Ed.
Oh yeah, we did all kind. We did Cowboy Day. I would like Cowboy DJ Ed. And with the
It was so
funniest part,
fun.
the funniest part is Sherry was like, "All right, work out a bunch of cowboy tunes, right, and like have all that ready." So I had like my whole DJ set organized, and they're all dancing to the cowboy tunes. But then there's always like 4 or 5 or 6 people that were like, "I'm not getting them." They're like, "I am not dancing to the cowboy tunes. I'm not dancing to the French bistro music."
Right.
Right? And then Sherry would lean over and go, "Play the disco music, you know, play YMCA." I'm like, "All right, fine."
Play
Boom.
that funky music, white boy.
Yeah, that's what we would do. And it turned into a
The
disco
Cha-Cha
party.
Slide was always a big hit.
Which one?
Cha-Cha Slide.
The Cha-Cha Slide.
And then,
Oh
like
my God.
every employee in Waveney would be out on the dance
Cha-cha.
floor. And, yeah.
Right, and all the guys are after all the like the 90-year-old guys are like after all the young girls and all the girls, right?
Right.
And then all the old ladies like are after me.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, "Oh, you're the DJ," and I'm like, "Oh God!" I like.
They love it. They love the young men and whatever. But my favorite one was we did the wedding party, and you came in and you were DJing the wedding party. But you know, like if somebody leaves the nursing home, they call it an elopement. And I remember Ed telling me, "You're like, I'm here to DJ the wedding party," and the woman at the front desk is telling me there's an elopement issue.
There's an elopement. We can't let you in. There's an elopement going on. I go, "I know. I'm the DJ for the elopement." and so we get inside, and there's this woman, and she's like, "Let me get out the door. I have to get out of here." And I'm like, "Oh God, she's the elopement," you know.
Play escape music.
Right.
Escape music, exactly.
Or Benny Hill.
So good. Well, good to see you there. I'm going to bring on some last-minute productions. You guys, what do you have there?
So I found this record in the record store. It's an original. It's in mint condition. Imagine that, because I think people bought them and nobody ever played them. But like, all joking aside, like
Boy George
kind of things, this is not a bad record. Like, it's really not a bad record.
So wait a minute. So what did he do? What did Boy George do that put him in like community service? Because that's all I can think of now is Boy George wearing like an orange uniform picking up garbage.
Well, he was a heroin addict, so he had a lot of problem with drugs.
Right.
And I don't remember exactly what got him in jail. But it's you know, it's funny. I listened to the record actually yesterday or the day before, and it's not a bad record. There's a little reggae in there, a little bit of like calypso.
Yeah,
it straddles a lot of different styles, and there's actually a really good R&B tune on there. Like the best song on the record is called "Time," and it's actually a really good R&B tune. So
he had he had a great voice. I mean, his singing on "Do You Really Want to Hurt Me?"
Right.
It's great. It just the sound of his voice is really good.
Right.
Oh my God, I'm surrounded by Boy George fans. And now we have to do a collaborative video of Time, even though I haven't heard of it.
Listen to the song. It's actually a really good R&B song.
Look who I got. I got Michael.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Michael. And I've got two guys that I have never met before who are on our collaborative videos, Eric and Jimmy. Hey, how you guys doing?
Good, thanks. How are you?
We're doing good. Look at him with his Rickenbacker bass.
Like the Brady Bunch.
He's the man.
Very good. Awesome. And I like looked at their faces because we worked on a collaborative video together. So I've been listening to their voices and whatever for days now. So good to see you guys.
Hey guys.
But before I play,
Jimmy's got a bass.
High five, Jimmy.
Our collaborative video. Well, we are really in the Brady Bunch, and like Johnny Leds is Paul Lynde.
Here's the story.
But I'm going to play you this before I play
Alice
the video.
right
Watch
now.
this.
Okay. Here we go. Ready? I'll come in when I feel like it. Just start playing. There you go.
Waited so long.
street tickets.
What was that at the end? Because somebody said, "What the fuck are we doing?" Who said that?
That may have been one of the gals. And then right after I go, oh my God, we got a take because we had not had a take prior to that. So
that was a sweet groove, man. That was nice.
So Ray and
They were
Randy,
fun. I
tell
mean,
me about what that was for. You have a rehearsal for a show you did last weekend.
It was a rehearsal for
Yeah,
what we
that
did
was
with Ray.
rehearsal at
Obviously, Ray
Randy's place.
Spinelli's on that, playing guitar. Dave Rouse on drums. Yours truly. And then we have Linda Kutras, Kim Crowder-Manning from Voodoo Carnival, and Prue O'Brien. And it was on Saturday, we were doing the street corner at Main Street and Post Road with a bunch of acts. Christine, Billy was there, AJ, all that stuff. Anyway, that was a rehearsal for that, and we needed it, but it was cool. And when we played that, second song in, Dave looks out and goes, "You see who's in the audience looking at us?" I'm like, "No." It was Governor Lamont was standing there looking at us.
No way.
How funny.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I love Teddy. Anything
Teddy,
that,
I forgot Teddy. I'm sorry.
anything that Teddy plays on
So good.
is like amazing.
The first note, it's like, yes. This is, yeah, I totally forgot Teddy. He's fabulous, and you can't find a nicer guy.
Yeah, he's so cool. I always said like no matter what we're playing, when Teddy's in it, it's like all of a sudden we sound like the Saturday Night Live band.
Yeah, no, he lifts it up. He does.
Yeah, it's pretty
And
cool.
Teddy is very sensitive to the other musicians. Like, he never steps on anyone's toes or anything.
No, if anything, Sherry, many times like, you should play a solo there. You're like,
Yeah, right.
Teddy is one of the most interesting guys I know. Like, he used to come to Cobb's Mill, and he'd be up in Canada, in New Brunswick. He has a cabin up there, and he would come back from New Brunswick, and he was like, I shot an elk, and I made sausage in my smokehouse, and here's the sausage. And I'm like, mind blown.
So how about the last real rehearsal we had indoors pre-COVID? He shows up to rehearsal with this smoked salmon that he caught and smoked. Like the whole rehearsal stopped. We were just like, Jesus H.
Yeah, my good friend Mark Wistrand, who was the bass player in the Blues Patrol for many years, who passed away, used to do smoked salmon. Like, used to do like hundreds of pounds of smoked salmon, and it was nice. Like nothing you've ever had in your life. And
then I go to the wine store and I crack open some champagne. We'd have champagne. Okay, now let's rehearse. Wine store and I crack open some champagne. We'd have champagne. Okay, now let's.
Sorry about that.
Only you guys were around in 2016. I went to Alaska and I went fishing and I caught 35 pounds of salmon. I had it shipped home. That's a lot of salmon to eat.
That's a lot of salmon. Oh my God.
Yeah, it sure is.
Teddy's dog passed away, I guess, the other day, like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
That was a sweet little dog. It was like his best
Well, I'm
friend.
very sorry to hear it. That's a horrible thing.
Yeah.
It is. I posted. They're our most loyal friends when they go.
By the way, that's a perfect entree for a plug. You remember Louisa who used to come to the jams and play the bongos along with everything?
Yeah.
Louisa just had 6 kittens. Not her cat. and so they're amazingly cute. They're not ready for adoption probably for another couple months. They were born a week or two ago. I think their eyes are still closed. But if anybody knows a good home for some kittens, really good home. She's super picky about who's going to get them. I've even thought about getting a kitten, like a COVID kitten for the winter here.
Yeah.
But if anybody's looking for a kitten out there in JMTV land, let me know. Send me an inbox and I'll hook you up.
Yeah.
Where's Bob, Sherry, and Dave?
I was just wondering that. He really doesn't like when we're playing music. Like, he's the friendliest cat, but as soon as we're playing anything, he's out of here.
Yeah, I had a cat who I named Picky after. His name was Mr. Pickles, and Picky, my current cat, named after him. And he was like a headbanger. He would if I was playing really loud music, he would go sit by the speaker and he'd rest his head on the cone of my Yamaha NS10s in the studio. And, he'd be rattling from the sound, I
have a dog like that. She's this little Yorkie Papillon mix, this little named Libby. And every goddamn time I start practicing my little practice amp, she has to come and sit right beside me.
Right.
Hello?
It shakes her whole body, right?
Yeah, right.
So the cat listens to music. If we put music on, the cat will lay right in the middle of the floor, right in between the two speakers, and listen to music. But as soon as either one of us plays a note, the cat's gone. Especially the piano for some reason.
Don't take it personally.
Well, I think it's just honestly. I think
you hear
it's
that?
sensitive ears.
He said personally. You see what he did there?
Exactly. Actually, I didn't do anything. But Randy is my like public relations guy. I'll give you $5 later.
It's a tough job, man.
You know, we have a lot of floors, we have the piano, and I think it's just too much going on for him sensory. You know, I don't think it's like, oh, I don't like that song, but I think it's more like, you know, I don't know. And then he comes down, when we stop, he comes downstairs like meowing, like, how could you do that to me? I thought you were my friend.
Yeah, right. Or who knows? You know what frequency is like drilling into their ear? You know, you don't know. You know, they don't hear like we do.
I think it has something to do with the vibrations in the piano that bother him, or whatever.
Yeah, that could be. That could very well be. So, all right. So we're going to get another world premiere video from Last Minute Productions. Michael and I have been Mikey Beans, and I have been working on videos. Mike's been doing a lot of the video work.
You're a busy bee, Ed.
Yeah, I'm a busy bee. Yeah, we've got some other ones that are cooking that are just going to be super fun. But this one came out of nowhere. Like I'm not even sure I knew about this one until a few days ago. And so, Michael, why don't you introduce Eric and Jimmy and tell me what we're going to be in store for?
Well, so Eric, I met Eric a week ago, I think, maybe a week and a half ago. I saw so people, you know, are posting these videos. Some of them are music videos, and some of them are just experimental stuff. And Eric started to, he kept popping up in my timeline somewhere, and he'd be doing like some experimental guitar thing with like a looper or something.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I kept watching. I kept seeing him do different things. Then I saw him like sing something, and I was like, hey, he's got a really interesting voice. I like his voice, you know. And we just kind of started talking, and then he brought Jimmy in to play bass. Hey, Jimmy. And that's kind of how this one started. And they both know each other. They're next door neighbors, I think, right?
No, we've known each other since about 1984. We met in college.
Very cool.
We actually went to different colleges together, but we met when we were both in college. And we were in a band throughout the 80s and into the 90s, and have been, you know, best friends ever since. And just love to jam and get together and play.
That's great. Right. We do too. So where do you guys live?
I live in Harrison.
Harrison, Connecticut?
Harrison, New York. Jimmy, I don't think we can hear you.
Is there a Harrison, Connecticut?
I don't have no idea.
I think Jimmy's muted.
Jimmy, your mic might be muted.
I don't know. Say something, Jimmy.
Nothing.
No, we don't hear him.
No.
You're gonna be, all right, so this is going to be like
anyway, he lives in Yonkers.
Yeah, you're going to our contingent from Yonkers is going to be like the Teller in the Penn and Teller Act. You're going to have a big personality, you know. But the video was great. It was really a lot of fun, and you know, a lot of people have done this. I guess Bruce Springsteen did this tune, and Elvis Costello did this tune.
And Elvis. All right.
And so a lot of them will use a piano in the song and in concert. I don't think the original track has a piano on it. It's just guitars, right?
I think there's some organ like way low in the mix.
Right. Well, not in ours. There's an organ right there. I'm the mix engineer. I'm going to be here we are. Then I'm going to turn it up a little. You know? So with no further ado, I'm going to play this video, Elvis Costello. Check it out.
wicked world, searching for light in the darkness of insanity. I ask myself, is our hope lost? Is there only pain, hatred, and misery? 'Cause each time I feel like this inside, one thing I wanna know, what's so funny about peace, love, understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, understanding? My spirit gets so downhearted sometimes. So where are the strong ones? And who are the trusted? Where is that harmony, sweet harmony? 'Cause each time I feel it slip away, just makes me want to cry. What's so funny about peace, love, understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, understanding?
Yeah, there it is.
All right. Thank you.
I thought that came out great.
Yeah, I was really impressed with the way it all came together. And you guys were all great. The bass and drums were really right there. And, you know, as a guitar player, if you got bass and drums, you can do whatever you want. You can make mistakes. As long as the bass and drums is there, I'm sure with keyboards too, man, you keep that beat and keep that groove and, you know, just lay it down and we'll just do whatever. But great job, Mike. Great job, Jimmy.
Yeah, really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed working
and
on
the
that.
keyboards. That was just like, well, I'm gonna because Ed, we've never met before, and
No.
you know, and we've never even spoken. Mike and I have spoken many times now over the phone over the last couple of weeks, but you know, so I'm gonna have Ed laid some keyboards down. And when I saw that, I was like, wow, that's just like blew me away. So really great job too, Ed.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was really fun to, you know, I said to Michael, I'm not really a piano player. Like, you know, my main instrument is Hammond organ and other things, but Hammond organ is really my thing. And I heard an organ part in that, and it came out great. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was fun. I don't listen to Elvis Costello really that much. I don't know Elvis Costello. I know that song, but like I haven't really explored a lot of Elvis Costello, you know. So now I'm kind of like gonna look at him a little closer.
Absolutely.
He was actually one of my favorite artists when he came out. I've always been a big fan of his.
Yeah,
he could do another video too, if you guys are up for it.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a very interesting character. He picks a lot of eclectic choices and interesting chord changes and interesting approach. And I really like his songwriting a lot.
Actually, I think that song was written by Nick Lowe.
No way.
Right. That's right, Andy.
Very cool. I'm going to play another video from Last Minute Productions. Check this out.
Nice.
Yeah,
That was a fun one.
Good job.
that was cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun putting these together, and we got a couple more in the works right now that are going to be really great. And we get to stretch out and feel like we're in bands. You know, like you used to be in real bands.
So, Andy, you guys all doing that in different locations, and you're assembling it?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
A lot of that's recorded on people's iPhones, and it's hobbled together. Mike then does his magic on the video. I do my magic on the audio, and we stitch it all together at the last second, in the afternoon, the Thursday afternoon to get
last
it
minute. Hey, Sherry and Dave, we'd love to, get you guys in on one too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
We got to do that Boy George Sight Unseen. We have to do that Boy George soul tune.
Let's do it.
What's the tune, Dave?
It's called Time.
Time. All right.
I'm in.
We're gonna check that out.
Cool, man.
Can we do it? You think we can pull it off?
I don't want to play anything though. This is what happens. I can sing, but you can't tell that I can sing because I get all bumbled up on like the chords and stuff.
All right,
So,
we're gonna have to sing that one.
let me just sing. Yeah, I don't want to play. You guys play. I'll sing.
Cool.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, I'm gonna play another last minute productions. No, you know what I'm gonna play? I just ran across this one that Dave worked on and with Rick Crossman, and I enjoyed that one. I'm gonna play that one right now. Check that out. So there's these various groups of
something weird
people that are doing collaborative videos, and Dave does a bunch. And Dennis does a bunch, and we have our thing, and then there's obviously other people in the world. So we're all having a lot of fun doing this. Here it is.
Listen to me, lady, so it's understood. This running around life ain't doing me no good. I get tired, get so tired of changing views. The road don't get no shorter way when you got those running through. Well, I like to have my fun, but I like to run around. But I ain't no stranger in nobody's town. I get so tired, get so tired of changing views. And that road don't get no short way when you got those running blues. Got no holes in my pockets, no holes in my shoes. But I don't know if I'm leaving Detroit or coming into Baton Rouge. I get so tired, feel like I was born to lose. And I ain't nowhere around it, baby, no way after running blue. Once you got those running blues.
Wow, that was cool.
That was good.
Yeah,
Dang.
definitely.
We had Bob up here for a few minutes, Ed. I don't know if you saw him.
I saw Bob on the sofa there for a second. Bob's your cat, by the way.
Mike,
Not your imaginary friend.
I don't know how you do it, Mike, because about 32 seconds into playing drums on that song, I'm like, I got to keep this beat for another 4 minutes. I wanted to kill myself.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody plays drums. Like sometimes it's a jam, like there's no drummer, and I like start the jam, and I swear I feel like I'm gonna die after about 30 seconds.
No, that was really good, Dave. I you know, you just like you kept it simple, and you were playing with brushes, and like it just fit perfectly in the song, and you know, you just like basically like just did it, you know, just with the basics, and it worked really well.
It swings. It swings.
Totally.
And I didn't even bother with the kick drum. I just wanted just something to keep the beat.
Yeah, it worked. It worked.
Worked great.
So
Yeah, it's absolute hell. Like I get through one song and I'm like, muscles I don't even know that I don't have those muscles. I don't have them. They hurt.
I gotta I've been very fortunate with all these videos. Like, believe it or not, I've almost like 99% of these videos that I've done. We've done maybe like 15 or 20 of them now. I've actually done the my part. It's like on one take.
Yeah.
But there was one song that it was like 3 takes, and by the 3rd take, I was like sweating, and I was just like, if I can't get this on the 3rd take, like I'm just gonna give up. I'm just giving up. It was just, you know, it can drive you crazy, you know.
That's
yeah,
for sure.
and then you know, Mike has his videos that he does with Last Minute Productions that I'm involved with, and then he'll come out with other videos with some of his other like Rocksteady Collective. It's like that's your like hobby. I don't know when do you have the time to do all this stuff.
You know, I work at home, so that gives me I'm fortunate, I guess, to have a little bit of spare time. And then, you know, when my kids go out at around 9 o'clock and they don't come back with my wife, and they go out for a couple of hours. So like that's my time to like try to get something on tape, you know. And you know, I was wondering, maybe Eric, how are you feeling? You want to play something for us?
Well, sure. I guess I can grab a guitar.
You know, actually, Ed, I'm mentioning this for the 2nd or 3rd time. If you guys had any recommendations, I'm looking to pick up a mic. If you guys have any USB recommendations, I'm all ears.
Yeah, I'll reach out to you separately. Let's talk about that off the air. I've got some ideas for you.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah, sounds good. So Eric, you wanna try something live?
Yeah, okay, I don't mind. Can't really see my guitar though, can you? Let's see.
No, we can. There you go.
Hear it.
I'm gonna play an original song, something that Jimmy and I play. It's called "The Life I Lead."
All right.
Up and down, but I still believe. Up and down, but I do as I please. Sometimes I wonder it's part of the life that I lead. Try for the good things, but they're so hard to find. Try for the good things, but they're so hard to find. time. Oh, no. Sometimes I sit back, think of the things that I've done. Sometimes I just kick back, taking into the sun. Oh, that I sit back, look how I know I've had been good. Oh, that I sit back, look how I know I've had been good.
That was great.
Hey, thank you. Little
Yeah.
bit on the spot. Couple of flub notes, but hey, what are you going to do? It's live music.
It's live. This is live TV. Anything goes. I was just telling somebody we don't have a roadmap for what we're doing. Plus, we're in like the third hour now. We get a little like
We do whatever we want now, right?
I've already
The
had.
rum and the bourbon has been flowing.
I've had at least a half an ounce of alcohol. So
Pellegrino, baby.
British Navy rum. That's the full high test, and I watered it down so it looks like piss. You know.
Nelson's blood.
Yeah, exactly. That's what that is. That is exactly what that sounded great, Eric. Super. I look forward to working with you again.
I'm looking forward to it. Definitely.
Yeah, sounds fantastic. Sounds
And I
good.
like the porthole on the guitar.
Yeah, this is the Tacoma guitar that
Nice.
Fender bought and killed.
Oh, really? What's
Yeah.
the story behind that?
In the early 90s, a company out in Washington, Tacoma, Washington, started building guitars. Pretty small company. They had some problems with finishes, and they were, had some growing pains. And then around 1996, I think Fender ended up buying them, and they just closed down the company. Great American-made guitar, solid wood.
What's the name again?
Tacoma.
Oh yeah, Tacoma. I know Tacoma. Sure.
Yeah, no, it's really great guitar. I think I paid $500 for it brand new. It was
Fantastic.
a great deal, and I've had it since like '97. And it's a great songwriting tool.
Sounds good. Yeah, really fantastic. I like the song too. Very nice.
We got another Eric here. What's up, Eric?
Two
Erics.
What's up? Mike Beans. Wow, I love that name. That's awesome. Hey, everybody. How you
It's
doing?
another Eric with a K, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Absolutely.
You are correct. Nice to always have another Eric brother with a K.
Exactly. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Much better than what has it been, like a month or two since I've been on here? I think
I haven't seen you in a while, although I did try to watch your live broadcast on Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
And I watched 2 songs of it. Then it dropped off the air. I wanted to see it so badly.
Yeah, that was okay. That was the Light Warriors band. We were doing a recording for an organization called Hope Rocks, and they deal with raising awareness about solutions for depression and addiction. So we're going to be doing a telethon for them on September 16th, which is pretty cool. And, yeah, but then we decided to do a live stream, and yeah, we need help.
I was so sad. I was into the second song, and I'm like, and I love that song. That whatever the second song you played was, I love playing that song with you, and I love that song. And I'm in the song, and it's like, And I'm like, and it's like, the broadcast is it. And I'm like, no.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I think that was Rise Above the.
Right. And then I'm like, right, exactly. And then I'm like, I'm texting you and I'm texting Karen Johnstone and I'm Facebook messaging you and I'm sending up smoke signals. I knew you guys were like playing away, rocking out. And who was in the band there? Who all was in the band there on that day?
So that's Angel Sanchez on bass,
right,
and Stephen Jean-Baptiste on the drums, Jamar Jabari on percussion, Chris Brewer on sax and percussion, and Karen Johnstone on keyboards.
I'm Facebook messaging you, and I'm sending up.
Apologies.
Uh-oh, somebody didn't turn off their radio.
Yeah, first time caller, long time listener.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. So fantastic. So what are you going to do for us, Eric? Play a couple songs for us.
I've been playing around with a Dylan tune called "If Not for You." I think Harrison did it. George Harrison did it at one point, right? So I'll give that one a try.
All right.
Yeah, here we go. If not for you, babe, I couldn't have found the door. I couldn't even see the floor. I'd be sad and blue. If not for you. If not for you, babe, I lay awake all night, waiting for the morning light to shine on through. But it would not be new if not for you. If not for you, my sky would fall and rain would gather too. Without your love, I'd be nowhere at all. I'd be lost if not for you. And you know it's true. If not for you, my sky would fall and rain would gather too. Without your love, I'd be nowhere at all. What would I do? If not for you, winter would have no spring. Couldn't even hear the robins sing. I just wouldn't have a clue. Anyway, it wouldn't ring true if not for you.
Yeah, that was great.
Cool.
That was excellent. That was good.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was it's one of those ones that just is so easy to play and so fun. It just flows right out of you. Beautiful. Great job, Dylan. Yeah. Thanks for giving us some material.
Yeah, very good. What else we got? Do another one.
Another one. All right, I'll play Rise Above for you, Ed, because I know that crapped out on you on Saturday. So.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Right.
I love this tune. It's a great tune.
All right, this is a Light Warrior song for those who don't know it. What at the end of a gun, fingers on the trigger, no comprehension of damage done. By removing the means of a natural ends, cowards clutching stolen power in their hands, stifling breath with this need to kill, shattered generations, progression stands still, elections failing, struggles to fight, masses struggling by this hateful mind, so we gotta rise above all the pain, rise above, feel the hate, rise above emptiness, rise above, rise with strength. Dangerous fabrications devour all the innocence, caught by isolation. Cause we know from up underground, elevation feeding higher sounds, infection with life to kill, hopeless disintegration of will. No detail in mass production, creativity suffer mass destruction. Protected honor is miserably lost, jaded miscalculations of thoughts, so we gotta rise above all the pain, rise above till the hate, rise above the emptiness, rise above, rise with strength. Come on now, yeah, we gotta rise. Together now, together now, together now. Toss obsession aside, time to focus on these matters that reside. Stop the struggle, win the fight. Comprehension of collective possibilities. Yeah, deep inside of you, and deep in all we see. Come on now, rip the barbed wire from your body. Shackles exploding, spirit got me on a life, poison and drown. Lift the soul up, stop beating us down. Come on, rise above all the pain. Rise above, feel the hate. Rise above the emptiness. Rise above, rise with strength. Come on now, yeah, we gotta rise. We gotta rise. We gotta rise together now. 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 We can only do it together, you know what I'm saying?
Excellent. Very nice. Very nice.
Can't do it if we're not together.
Yeah, that sounded great.
Great job.
Thanks, man.
So good to see you.
Love
Hope
your
to
voice,
see you more
Eric.
often. You've been busy man,
Absolutely. I hope everybody's doing well. Life is good. Got some new music coming out. So yeah, I'll be sharing it when it's ready.
Yeah, definitely. Tell everybody where they can find your latest projects, Light Warriors and otherwise.
Yeah, if everybody goes to highestfrequencyrecords.bandcamp.com, I've got a handful of projects, some experimental, a new project called Human Tribes Collective that I just released this year. It's like a global affair. And then I have a couple of collaborations that I do. One's called Ecstatica. And then there's a new one that's going to be coming out pretty soon. And then, of course, all the Light Warriors material is up there. We actually, next Friday, I think the 4th, Bandcamp is waiving all their fees. So I'm going to donate all of, any purchases are going to get donated to an organization called the Brotherhood Sister Soul. They do a lot of work with city children about how to engage in public discourse and affect change in their communities. So they're doing everything from providing food to people in need to, really having public and advanced dialogues about things like, police violence. So really wonderful organization. And, the kids are, I think they have like a 90% graduation rate for all the kids who go through there. So it's, or maybe even higher.
Terrific.
Yeah,
So,
really wonderful organization.
Send me some
That's
info
great.
about that. We'll promote the heck out of that.
Yeah,
Great.
sounds wonderful.
Cool. Thanks, everybody. It's great to see everybody.
Yeah, really
Everybody's
great to
doing
see
well,
you.
right?
You too, man.
Phenomenal.
All
I'm
right,
going to play
cheers.
something by Rocksteady Collective right now.
Oh, yeah.
So much trouble in the world.
Bless my eyes this morning. Just sun is on the rise once again. Way earthly things are going. Anything can happen. You see them sailing on their evil trip. Blast off on their spaceship. Million miles from reality. No care for you, no care for me. So much trouble in the world. So much trouble in the world. All you gotta do is give a little, take a little, give a little, one more time, yeah. Give a little, take a little, yeah. So you think you found a solution, but it's just another illusion. So before you check out this time, don't you leave another cornerstone standing there behind. Yeah. We've got to face today. Oh, we come one day. We the street people talking. Yes, people are struggling. Now they're sitting on their time bombs. Bum, 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 bum. Now I know the time has come. Bum, 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 bum. What's going on up is coming on down. What goes around comes around. So much trouble in the world. So much trouble in the world. There is so much trouble in the world. There is so much trouble in the world. So much trouble. There is so much trouble in the world. So much trouble. There is so much trouble in the world. There is so much trouble.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Very well done.
Thank you.
I
Yeah,
love those. I just love them.
That was a lot of fun. That one. I wanted to do that song for so long. There's so many great Bob Marley songs, and it's like they're so sophisticated. If you really break them down, like some of these songs, like it's unbelievable. Like their band had like 15 or 16 people in it. When you see them up on stage, like it's crazy. But thank you, Ed, for playing that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, that was really, I love that tune. And Karen Johnstone kills it on that.
Yeah, man. Oh, Karen, just like unbelievable. She did 2 keyboard parts, and then she did 3 vocal harmonies for it. And when you should have seen when she does these vocal harmonies, like she does not miss like a note. Like when I play the vocal track, because I have all the tracks, I can play the vocal tracks by themselves, like isolated, and it sounds like the Andrews Sisters or like it's just unbelievable what she does.
Yeah, she's the Terminator of music. Like she's like I'll be back, and she like just kills it. Unbelievable. So good. So Randy sent me one. He said, if you're looking for material I haven't listened to yet, what am I going to listen to here? Rock House.
It's Rock House, a band that kind of came and went, but I'm still playing with Linda Kutras, who sings on this. And it was at the Horseshoe a few years ago, and you were there. And it occurred to me I should have sent you. We actually did Bobby McGee, which is not this track. And right when the line came, busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train, you came walking in. Like it was as if the lyric was busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting on Ed Train.
Absolutely. I never miss a train reference.
It's something I don't think you're going to hear a lot of other bands do.
That's very cool. All right, here we go.
This is a little bit to taking you back to the past. A few stolen moments, these are the shape. You got your family, and they need to pay. Though I try to resist, being led unnoticed.
Check 1, 2. How you feeling, Horseshoe? How you feeling, Horseshoe?
I miss Bradley at the Horseshoe. I miss that. Was super good. I miss live music. I miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to figure out. We got to like we got to organize some kind of like thing, and somebody maybe we do it in like somebody's backyard or something where we can like all get like socially distant, and we'll just get together and we.
I'll invite you up. I do that in my back or my front yard. Ed showed some tapes of it. I have to give credit. So the guy on drums was Ed Beal, and the guitarist was the great David Robichaux, who was the touring guitarist for Davy Jones and the Monkees, and David Cassidy, and all those guys.
Oh, cool! Wow. Nice job, man.
Because Davy Jones knew how to play nothing.
He knew how to play what?
No, Davy Jones didn't play a single instrument. Like his job was to just look cute in the Monkees.
And he could sing very well, even in the latter part of his career. He was an old kind of vaudevillian dancer on the London Broadway scene.
He was cute, yeah. And like, but if you watch like the old, Pleasant Valley Sunday. If you watch that video,
please,
they're all playing instruments except for Davy, and Davy like takes turns on every instrument. He's holding a bass.
Yeah,
he's holding a guitar.
That's all the Wrecking Crew doing all that stuff.
Yeah. But Peter he was a big musician, and even when he did the Monkees, he was like, why don't we play our own instruments? Because they could all play. Like Mike Nesmith could play.
Yeah, Nesmith was probably the one who could really play. Sherry, you're right.
Peter took music very seriously. But Mike and Mickey were also musicians. But Davey was just there to look cute.
Yeah, and sing.
Yeah, and sing.
Yeah, well, apparently, when they showed up at the studio one day, they were like, "No, you don't get it. The album's already cut. You just have to sing. Like it's done. It's Hal Blaine and Carol Kay, and
Right.
Right.
But I read somewhere that Peter Tork was really upset by all of that because he's like, "Oh, we can all play. Why aren't we playing?"
Yeah, a lot of musicians get upset when they show up and the producer's like, we have it in the can. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh, Eric, Eric Z, what was that story you were telling me about? Like some guy like that was going on TV. And,
Alan Jackson. Alan Jackson was playing the Country Music Awards, and they told him that the band had to play to a backing track, and he said, "No way, I'm not playing to a backing track. This is the Country Music Awards. We're going to play live." And the producer says, if you're going to play to a track or you're not going to play at all. So he told the drummer to go out without any sticks. So look it up. It's like 1994 Country Music Award, Alan Jackson, and the drummer's there like this with no sticks.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Wow, that's awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
Silent
Rocksteady Collective did So Much Trouble in the World. And I watched the news, and we've gotten so far beyond So Much Trouble in the World that we've really gotten in the Twilight Zone, which is how I'm introducing the next song. Check it out.
Can you guys see this picture?
What? What am I looking at?
That's Peter Tork signing my boob.
Well, how about that?
Have you showered since then?
Yes,
Because you can't wash that stuff off,
Oh wait, hang on a second. I gotta.
Did you take a picture? Did you take a picture so that you can, keep it for later?
Yeah, I was thinking of getting it tattooed.
Epic.
Nice.
Oh, that's amazing.
Excellent.
Look at 19-year-old me. Wait, where am I? Hang on.
You're all glary.
Oh yeah,
There you
19-year-old.
are. Unbelievable.
Awesome.
Hey guys, I'm gonna bust out, man.
All right, good to see you.
It's good to see
Hey,
you.
Mike.
Good to
Take
see
care,
everybody.
Mike. Thank you for everything.
I'm playing our competition right now. Check it out.
We'll talk.
Connection direction unknown. Double cross a messenger, all alone. Can't get no connection, can't get through. Where are you? Well, the night weighs heavy on his guilty mind. It's far from the borderline. When the hitman comes, he knows damn well he ain't cheated. Then I'm stepping into the twilight zone. Places on the house feels like being close. My thinking's been moved to the moon and star. Where much go now that I talk to you? When the boat hits the bone, soon you come to know. When the boat hits the bone, when the boat hits the bone. And I'm stepping into the twilight zone. Places in that house feels like it goes. My thinking's been moved to the moon and star. Where much go now that I got to well? And I'm stepping into the twilight zone. Places in that house feels like being closed. Thinking's been moved to the moon and star. Where much go now that I found you close? You come to know. When the boat hits the bone, you come to know. When the boat hits the bone, the boat hits the bone. Whoa, the boat hits the bone. When the boat hits the bone.
Nice.
Here it is.
Very good.
So, Eric, what do you
Cool.
think of this crazy show that we do every
It's a
week?
lot of fun.
Yeah, we have fun. Good to have you in the mix, and really enjoyed
Yeah.
what you did. I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to play a little bit of Hendrix, a last minute production.
I'll stay for one more song. Then it's
I might-
going to get
I might
to be my
get-
bedtime.
No shame in dropping off. Good to see you guys. We're in our fourth hour now, and it's good to see you. Hope to see you soon.
Yes, definitely.
It's very far away. It's gonna take half a day. Yeah, that's if you travel by my dragonfly. No, it's not in Spain. Don't be saying, no, it's a groovy name. It's just right. Hang on, my darling. Hang on, this won't go. It's a real groovy place, and you just come get a taste of some of this Spanish dance magic. The clouds are really low, and the flow like your mind. Don't you take those bad boys, baby, just come on ahead and spend some time. Hey, no, darling. Hey, no, if you wanna go. You see, why don't you just treat yourself and we can come and help ourselves to a little bit of Spanish castle magic. Yeah. Come on, man.
We out. Psych.
That was a nice one.
That was a nice one. Yeah. We're having fun with these. We got to get you involved in some of these collaborative videos.
I'll do it. Let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a whole bunch of songs that we picked out, and I'm sure you have some ideas too. But we should definitely do some of these. So guess what I'm going to play now?
I couldn't hazard a guess.
Take a wild guess.
I'm hoping it's going to be some drum solo.
Yes, a drum solo, and here it is in its entirety.
a show.
We're out of drop now. Yeah, take it.
Oh.
Oh my God! I never get tired
I
of
love
that.
the woman
Actually,
at the end who goes, "That was quite a show."
that was quite a show. I want to know. I want to figure out who that was. We know
I
who
know.
that was. You know,
It's epic. It's perfect. She's like, "That was quite a show."
that was quite a show. Like I'm
And he
getting used
was.
to that. And you know
And
what?
he
I
was.
watched that. The energy level of that. He was quite a show. That guy. Yeah.
Oh, party in a box, man. Just and what you said before, you know, the music stopped. You're like, oh, there must be something going on with Wex. If all the music stopped.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's true.
We all have, I thought my story was unique when he first passed. And you had that show. We were kind of sharing stories about Wex, and I shared mine how I met him. I'm like, well, I don't know about you guys, but when I met Wex, it was a fight.
It was a fight.
Every
Yeah,
other person
exactly.
was like, fuck yeah, that's how we all met.
Yeah, he was not easy. You know what I mean? He
No.
was what he was. And I got to tell you, the truth of the matter is, you know, they threw him out of the Jam like Foster and Konya.
Yeah.
And me. We were nuts. And then, like, there were moments, there were days. 'Cause I've known Steve for 10 years or whatever. And there were days where I'm like, I've got to tell him to like back off for a while. Like he's pissing off too many people. He's putting too much of himself in. And I've said things like, "Hey, Steve, could you just turn it down a smidge? Or, you know, you don't have to break my drum heads." And he was like, "That's what." Yeah, exactly. He was like, "That's what I do. I'm a rock drummer." And I'm like, and why do you have to murder us? You know?
I distinctly remember I'd be kind of behind the drum kit. I think this was at Peaches. And he
Oh my
turned
God.
around and looked at me and goes, "It's fucking rock and roll, Ran. If they don't like it, fuck them." I'm like,
right.
Let's go. Here we go. I'm with you. Here we go.
That's Wexler. Yeah, absolutely. Unbelievable. All right, I'm gonna slow it down, play some jazzy, smooth funk. Here it is.
Don't you let your young life get you down. It always had a certain mystery. Many changes come to everyone about the time that they turn 17. Grandma's head, it's time to feel the same. There'll be sharp times and up hills and closed doors. Then she said, hold on to your faith, 'cause in this world you gotta go and get yours. Could you stand up, be strong, go out there, hold on to the real things that matter, 'cause no one's gonna hand it to you on a silver plate. There's no need to feel you're on your own. Just let your intuition guide you through. Take one step toward what you believe. Don't be afraid to make your move. In my head, those words remind me of what Grandma's had. It's time to feel the sting. There'll be sharp turns and up hills and closed doors. Then she said, hold on to your faith, 'cause in this world you gotta go and get yours. So you stand up, civil play. Yeah.
There it is.
You guys nailed that. That was nailed to the floor.
Holly McCrary kicked ass
Oh,
on
yeah,
that. We had
geez.
Alicia Rao on trumpet.
That classic phrase, she could sing the phone book and we would like it, right? Yeah.
Oh my God, right? And then
Not
and
a
then
bad
Carl
looking horn
Trout.
section, not a bad horn section either.
Oh my God! Like, yeah, Alicia is a fantastic horn player out of the city. He travels around the country playing horn. Used to, like all of us, you know. And what a great band we had. We had Carl Troutman, right? So when I always knew Carl, I met Carl through reggae music, right? I'm like, who's this old white guy playing reggae music? And like, he's got some really cool jazz chops, you know, where he's playing these, you know, those really just sort of tasty, you know, interesting jazz chords.
Yeah.
And then we have Nick Troutman on the bass, his son, who's a phenomenal, you know,
everybody on that track is playing comfortably in their space. They're not overshadowing. They're keeping the groove. But you can tell everybody is like, I'm fine. This is good.
You know, that song, like when I first heard the song, I was like, oh, this would be a piece of cake. This is just like a walk in the park, simple. But no, this song has so much intricacy of the way the parts are like playing with each other. And
I hear it.
And
I don't know how you synced it all up to not lose the groove or to make it not turn into mush. You know, that I would imagine that could happen easily.
It's a nightmare.
There you go.
Because what you have to do, there's a thing that you do. I've said this before. There's a thing that you do when you play live, and you don't know how you're doing it, and you can't tell somebody. But like, I look at people's feet. Like I keep my head down. I look at feet. I look at hands. I'll look at guitar chords when I don't read guitar chords. I'll look at what people are doing with that. I'll just sort of, you get a general vibe and a feel, and especially running a jam, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you're playing in a place where they serve alcohol, and it is now midnight.
Let's say,
and you turn around and you're like, what the hell are they doing up there? Like, what are they doing? They're not like, they're all like this, right? And I'll like say, just a minute, and I'll walk over to the keyboard and I'll sit down and I'll play some stuff, and all of a sudden, like, I make them follow me without saying a word. You know what I mean? And you do that as a bass player too, right? Yeah. Where you're like, no, like this, motherfucker, right?
Well, just sometimes, like, right or wrong, I'm gonna like impose myself, and we'll sync up on me, even if I'm fucking up. We're gonna sync up because it's gonna sound better than this. You know.
Right, but it's unspoken.
And like you, I pay attention really to two things: the kick drum of the drummer, I don't want to drift, and the singer. So it's always follow the singer. But for grooving on bass, me and the drummer, and then that's it.
Absolutely. And when you are doing these collaborative videos, you have none of that.
You have none of that. You
have none of that. So you can't save someone. You can't be like, oh my God, you just you just went off on your own for a second. And so, what you have to do is you're in the studio, you have to edit it. You have to literally go in and be like, okay, I'm going to edit that, the note endings where you would just watch each other and hear it,
So you'll make some stuff a little longer in time and some a little shorter in time.
Yeah, I got all the
voice in key and all. Yeah, it's a lot. Well, it pays off because the groove was right there. It paid off.
Right. And what I'm finding, Michael's doing a lot of the video work on this, and I'm doing the audio work on it. The mixes and stuff like that. So I'm doing an edit. I'm doing a synchronization. I'm doing an edit, because even something like putting the drums and the bass a millisecond off, like 25 milliseconds off, it messes up the groove. It messes up the tension and all that. So we spent a lot of time playing with that, and then I do the mix. But what's so good for me is that in a pandemic, I'm out in a cabin in the woods, and so what I can do is I can sit down and I can be like, all right, I am in the studio with the Brand New Heavies, or I'm in the studio with Led Zeppelin, and for better or for worse, when all those bands played those tracks, they weren't a lot better than what we're coming up with.
And you put on headphones for some of those really old tracks, and I mean, I love them, but it's like sometimes that was fucking sloppy.
But as an engineer, with all the tools that we have nowadays, I could take those tracks. I'm like, okay, now I know what the guy who mixed Pink Floyd had to face in the studio. And he didn't have the tools that we have today in terms of being
or worse than that, earlier in the mid 60s, they were cutting it directly to a disc, not a disc as we know it, an actual disc. And if anybody fucked up on the last note, they had to do the whole goddamn thing all over again.
Or they left it. You listen to the old blues records, and it's like the bass player just doesn't go to the floor, and they say, "Oh, oops," and you're like, and I say this to people who aren't musicians. I go, "He blew it there," and they go, "He didn't blow it. He's playing with Robert freaking Johnson or whatever." It's like, he blew it in the studio, and they couldn't afford another disc.
Bingo. Right. But you're right, because live we're all course correcting in real time against each other, and everybody's kind of doing those little adjustments live, because that's the fun of playing music, is interacting with people. The real fun is volume going up or down and all that stuff. But the pressure, I could never be a studio musician. They would throw my ass out in one take. Couldn't do it. I actually had occasion. The bass player Lee Sklar.
Yeah.
I had occasion to, you can purchase a little time. I talked to him live for like 20 minutes. Wow. He's like one of my bass. He's been on 2,600 albums, from Barbra Streisand to, he's like Carol Kay.
So wait a minute. So you got like a 20-minute, like you paid $50 or $100 and you got 20 minutes with
FaceTime. Yeah, it wasn't $100, thank God. But so I've now talked to him, and I actually bought a lesson, which was like a dumbing down, with Carol Kay, who reduced me to this size. She was a sweetheart. She was nice, but just I was so out of my element. Okay,
so for those of you who don't know Carol Kay, if you're watching, go on YouTube and type in Carol Kay, Kaye, right?
Yes.
And she is the baddest badass bass player who played in the Wrecking Crew on a billion recordings.
On everything, from Beach Boys to commercials to as we said before, the Monkees she's on everything.
So who was the bass player from Kiss? Was that Gene Simmons?
That's Gene Simmons. There's a great video of her schooling Gene Simmons. Yes.
She's like, it's like this. It's like this, right?
And he's not getting it at all.
And he's like, it's like what? It's like, and he's an accomplished bass player.
This 80-year-old woman is standing up and walking around behind him to show him the positioning, which is what she would have done. She would have done that to me if we weren't on Skype.
Oh my God. It's the best thing I've ever seen. Eventually, he sort of gets it, And this is a guy who toured the world playing bass.
And to his credit, I'm not a big fan of Gene Simmons, but to his credit, he took it well. He was respectful.
Yeah, but Carol Kay, I can't believe you took an online lesson with Carol Kay.
It turned into a discussion after a while. Just tell me some stories. I just wanted to learn some licks, and she wanted to school me in the fundamentals. I'm like, sweetie, it's way past, that horsey left the barn a long fucking time ago. So show me some licks.
That is really funny.
But I got to meet two of my bass heroes. It's cool.
Yeah, I guess there are a lot of resources.
Lee Sklar, by the way, for those who don't know, that's the guy with the incredibly long white beard. James Taylor, Jackson Brown, Carole King, Phil Collins, Toto. He's the guy that filled in when the bass player Toto passed. They called up Lee Sklar to go on tour with him. He's that guy.
Yeah, he's the genius guy, right?
Unreal.
Yeah, speaking of genius guys with beards, do you know Bill Harris?
No.
Bill Harris plays saxophone with Billy and the Showman.
Oh, okay. Well, certainly I've heard him.
He also tours the world with Nile Rodgers and Chic.
Okay, yeah.
Unless there's a pandemic going on, in which case he's not doing that.
Yeah,
And plays with a lot of very, very heavy cats or whatever. And he over the last several years grew a really long, like down to here long beard, right? And he's this little guy and whatever. He's this monster player. He and his brother. His brother is a trumpet player, Don Harris, right? So the Harris brothers are like this horn.
Sounds like the Brecker Brothers or something. Yeah,
they're like that. Yes,
yeah.
And the nicest guy in the world. I saw him the other day at the Billy and the Showman gig. I went in Haverstraw on the Hudson River. They had their one gig for the summer.
Yeah.
They had that gig, and so I went down there and I was talking to Bill Harris, and I almost didn't recognize him. He cut his beard. It's shorter than mine.
Wow.
So, like that guy, Sklar, one of these days he'll cut his beard and
I don't think he ever will. I've seen pictures of him with brown hair way back when in the 70s, and he says it's a commitment, and he's committed to it. He's a super nice guy, and he has stories of tours. When you're on 2,600 albums, from Barbra Streisand to Sinatra to everybody, he's got stories.
That's crazy stuff. So I wonder what people are doing now. Are they in the studio? Are all of the famous artists writing and making stuff?
He's actually doing something with his buddies. With who's the drummer? Russ Kunkel, the drummer from the James Taylor drummer, and two other guys I can't remember their names. They're called the Immediate Family. It's a band, and they just cut a video very similar to what you do. They're all from their houses. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you separately. It's quite good.
Right, but I mean, like there's a year now.
Yeah,
it's going to be a year where people are not touring, they're not playing live, they're not doing anything. I have to hope that they're not just doing what we're doing. Like I love what we're doing.
Yeah,
but
me too.
I'm hoping that these pros are like that James Taylor, whoever it is, are like producing music like it's going out of style.
I think they are, but they're not. According to Lee Sklar, he admitted, he's like, I'm dying here. He's like, I'm a touring guy. I'm used to going out global tours, big global tours, and studio work, and he's like, I'm gardening. Well, he started his own YouTube channel to fill in the time, and he makes a little side money with a private club, and you can talk to him and blah. And you know what? For a couple of sessions, I'm happy to do it just to talk to a legend like that. But to your point, he said he called up Phil Collins recently just to check, like, how you doing? What do you think? And Collins lives in Miami, and he's, we all have to wait.
Wait, Phil Collins lives in Miami?
He does.
Phil Collins was my father's next door neighbor.
Wow.
And like when he recorded the record when he was getting divorced and he was having all kinds of problems and all the music came out of that.
Yeah.
Like, we were next door, when his wife was kicking him out of the house, and like,
that can't be good. That can't be good.
It was bad. He was literally the next door neighbor. We would hear them,
oh boy, that's not good.
in England, and Elton John lived down the road. Elton John, like this was not a low rent district, and
clearly,
but Elton John lived like 3 miles down the road. It's outside of London. It's like in the Greenwich, Connecticut of London. It's close to the city, but whatever. It's out near Windsor in that vicinity. And Elton John lived in a 40-acre estate. In suburbia. Like imagine a 40-acre estate in Greenwich,
which is what he would own if he were in Greenwich. Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I didn't know Phil Collins was in Miami. That's weird to me.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. All right. Well, we killed another Jam TV. It was good to see you, Randy.
Good job, man. Good to see you. Great show again.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll hope to see you next week.
Love it.
Great to see everybody on GMTV tonight. We never know what it's going to be like. You think that I've got some sort of a notebook that has it all laid out about exactly how the show's going to go. Like, all I know is that Bill Noman sort of shows up at 7:30, and we do Guinea Pig Theater with him. And then we play a lot of live people, and then we play a lot of videos, and then we talk a bunch if people are there. And it's just really good to have everybody join in and make this into a happening, because we're going to be stuck with this for a long time. Whatever you're seeing on TV about how everything's going to be okay, it's going to be okay someday. But we're all going to have a long winter. We're all going to go out of our minds and be stir crazy. And just rest assured, Jam TV will be here. And I hope you will be part of it. And from show number 24, great to see you. Hope to see you soon on Jam TV.